Let me make this team real quick. Yo, King of Gangs, welcome to the stream, man. How we doing, bro? Good.
Yay, we won!
Drop a link to your channel.
Yo, Lil Nate, well, how you doing, bro? How you doing, man? W's in chat for Lil Nate. Yeah, welcome. Let's go. All right, Lisa, one more, and we'll head into the Dragon Ball Legends tournament again. Let me see why real quick. Yo, we are one away from the One away from that big 70. Thank you guys. Could we hit it on the stream? All right. Reggie Lecky? Hell no, ain't happening. No. Oh, I gotta kill you though. God of Destruction Yamoshi, what is up, my boy? How are you doing today? We're gonna get right back into the Legends live stream in a little bit. It was starting in about a minute or two. Yeah, man, how you doing? Hey! Alright, hold on. Let's turn this down real quick. Let's turn this down. Alright. Let me explain something to you guys. We have now hit 70 subscribers on YouTube. The final subscription up to 70 subscribers being Yamoshi. Thank you, Yamoshi, for that subscribe. Thank you guys so much for 70 subscribers. It means the world to me. You guys are absolutely amazing. I appreciate you guys. 70 subs is a huge goal. I didn't even think I would even hit 2 when I started YouTube. And now we're live. We're at 70. And that just brings me to my next goal, which will be 80 subs. I appreciate you guys. Every single one of you guys that have come into here and have shown your appreciation and have loved everything that I've tried to do. But thank you guys so much. And 70 subscribers is where we're at, my boys. I love you guys, and the King of Games is very happy. And Yamoshi, you're something, man. You are amazing. Thank you. Yes, sir. That road to 1,000 subs. Right now, Lil Nate, our road to 1,000 subs begins after we hit another milestone. Like I'm saying, man, we hit the milestone of 70 subscribers. Like I said, thank you all. 70 subscribers. Our next roadblock, our next where I want to get to is 80 subs. Let's hit that subscribe button. Hit that follow button. Hit that subscribe button. I'm stuttering because I'm really happy at the moment. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bar to know when I go live, know when I post videos. And like I said, thank you all so much. It means, oh my god, it means so much to me. Let's get Wiggly Tough. The road to 100 begins. Yes, sir. I'm going to put it there. The road to 100 has began ever since we hit 50. And, you know, the road to 100, if, like I said, if I do hit 100, man, oh my god, I don't know what I'll do. Now that we're at 70 subs, I'll be doing, the live stream might have begun again. I'm not sure. 1 second, let me check. Alright, I am going to leave this match. I have to go back to the live stream. Oh my god, guys! Why not celebrate 70 subscribers with this? Let's go! Ta-da! April Ward! Oh my god. You guys are so amazing. I can't. Thank you guys so much. From the bottom of my heart. Let's get singing. Let's go, guys. To my friend. Sorry, Lisa. We won. I had to go on because it just came back on. But thank you all so much for 70 subscribers. We're at 71 now. Thank you, April Ward, for subscribing. If you guys are enjoying the live stream, please drop a like. If you guys are new, drop a subscribe, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bar. Let's get to 80 subscribers. We're right there. Hit 70 subscribers on stream. 2 streams ago, we hit 60 on stream. You guys mean the world to me. I love each and every one of you guys. The King James, like I said, is very happy right now. Now let's go. One of my favorite songs. Is it loud? Sorry. You might have to turn it down a little bit on your side because I can't turn it down on mine. To my friends. To all my friends in the chat. To my friends, my family. You guys are my family. To my friends. Okay. To my friends. To my friends. I love this song. Oh man. Yeah. Woo. Yeah.
And sing one more song. Okay, please sing along together.
Oh man. Are we going for this now? Let's go, guys. Like I said, thanks to everybody for hitting. We are over 70 subscribers now. You guys have made my day. Love each and every one of you guys. We can to fly away.
Fly away. Judy, you got a panorama. Cow, and I touch you down cold. Oh, back to hearts and yeah. Oh, take a cold, you know that.
Come on. Yeah. It's so good. Hell yeah. OG, OG, OG. Hey, Lisa, we hit that 70, over 70 subscribers, man. Beautiful. Oh, man. Come on, we jamming today. What's it go, guys? Let me hear you guys in the chat. Yeah! 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 I love this! We came back in perfectly! It was boring in the beginning, but guess what? It got better now! Yeah! Thank you, man. You just made this stream so much better.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
Woo!
Oh my gosh. Guys, come on. How often do you get to hear Head Shala from the man himself? One more round of applause.
Hey,
That was
Angel.
amazing.
Two of my favorite songs in Dragon Ball
What an
history.
incredible performance. 影山さん、ありがとうございました。来場してるファン。
最高です。
I love you guys.
最高で出せ。
You are best crowd.
Best crowd. いや、もうこの来場してるお客さん、生配信で見てるお客さんの前で歌ってみた感想はいかがでしたか？
I'm so happy to be able to perform here in front of you all and all over the world.
Yeah, look at that. The entire chat on their side blows up.
Please enjoy a great show. Thank you.
Thank you so much. ありがとうございました。
Thank you.
Wow. I think we all got a real big burst of energy from that performance. But before we go into the finals, we brought some exclusive videos to Battle Hour just for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's go.
Here we go! I'm back! Wait, what? What? Oh my god! No way! No way! Budokai Tenkaichi! You're kidding me! Oh my lord! Let's go!
Wow! A whole new game. Dragon Ball games have been more popular than ever right now. And you guys already know this. Budokai Tenkaichi in the West.
Let's go!
Sparkling in Japan and Asia.
Oh my god! I've
Hasn't
been
a
dying
new
for a
installment
revamp!
for 10 years. But the series is set to return. So who's hyped for this game right now?
I am! I could have another game to be playing on stream!
So the game is still in early stages of development, but the team made this video especially for you guys at Battle Hour. So I know there's a lot of excitement in this room right now, but stay tuned for more information. What a way to head into the final rounds, guys. Let's give it up. And now it's time for the Dragon Ball Super Card Game World Championship 2022 Finals.
All right, everybody, and we're back. Oh.
Whew.
Tournament with fierce competition. The #1 player from this fierce battle versus the winner of Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour LCQ. Tonight, who is the strongest DBS CG player in the world? Are you ready? Dragon Ball Super Card Game World Championship 2022 Final Round. It's finally here.
Hello, hello, hello.
All right, everybody, and we're back
Hello?
with the final match to decide the Dragon Ball Super Card Game World Champion.
I am hype right now.
On the commentary team will be myself, Espira, and my
Hold on a
wonderful
sec.
co-cast, Brian from Stage
If you guys
Zero,
haven't
and
subscribed, please
John
subscribe. We just hit
Harlow.
over 70.
We'll be
W's, let's
commentating here
go.
from the main
Aiming for
stage
80
where the
now.
battle will be taking place
Budokai, we were
over in
dancing.
the
Yo, I
card
was literally
game
just dancing and
stage
singing
where
with the
you'll be getting
chat when
all
we
the
hit 70. Because
action
as soon as
right
70 hit,
here.
we went
And
on.
with that said,
we went
here
on.
come our finalists
As soon as we went on the screen, they were doing
now.
Head Chala and Angel
First
and
up
all
on
of
stage,
them. They were
we
singing the
have
song by the OG.
Oliver
You know what I mean?
Simmons from the European Finals.
That's
Having
sick.
one out against Wang Ho, the Asian champion, to get to his placement today.
I haven't either, man. Lisa, how are you? Everybody in the chat, are you guys hyped for this or what? The game looks absolutely
And his
sick.
opponent
Looks like a
going up on stage. We
the
have
new animations that has been. It doesn't even look
Tarbini,
like it. It looks like
the
kind of like fighters.
Italian national champion.
Not like even fighters, like the new Kakarot game.
Having fought off against the Crimson Goku deck that's been terrorizing the format to take the last one out. Both players will be taking their seats and beginning shortly. Just a reminder on the format. It is a best-of-3 match. Every game will be 30
this game looks
minutes
really, really
overtime
cool.
procedures.
We're just waiting on Legends now.
Taken down round 1 by Oliver Simmons with his blue Gamma deck over the Trunks.
Did he end or is he
deck
still
that
live,
piloted by our
right?
Italian champion will be jumping into game 2 here.
I know, I
What
was
do you
live for
think
almost
Philip
like
needs
3
to
hours
do
and then my
to be able to
entire
move
stream lagged
past
and
the
then
game
cut
one
off.
loss and
But
hopefully
I
flip the
did it,
bracket
it was
around
cool.
and go to a third game final?
Oh my Super Saiyan God, I cannot believe
Yeah,
what we
'cause
just saw here
I've
on
been
this
live
stage.
longer than he was.
It was an absolute pleasure to be in the room for that. I'm super hype after that. What Philip needs to do is better board management. We saw Oliver Simmons
that blue
developing
looks,
a board of
they
extremely
really did a
powerful
really
battle
good
cards,
job, man.
and Philip just
I just saw
slowly
Tenkaichi. I was like,
getting
Tenkaichi tag
outadvantaged
team
by
coming
the
back from
attacks
before
every single
PSP.
time.
I totally
I thought it was
agree.
Tenkaichi
Here's the
tag
thing.
team. My
A
stupid
lot of
self
you
thought it was
crowd,
Tenkaichi tag
maybe even
team.
live streaming or watching the live stream might not know what's going on. But what you need to know is that
Beast Gohan could be added in the new Tenkaichi game.
game plan just a little bit. There'll be a lot of things that Oliver is
If you
gonna
guys want to
try
get in the Discord
and
call, all you got to do is
try to mitigate.
go to, if you have
Yep,
Discord,
absolutely.
go to
And
Discord and
those
I'll
that
drop
may
his
be
link.
new to the Dragon
You
Ball card
guys
game,
just join in.
The point of the game is to get your opponent from 8 life down to 0. To
Hello,
do that,
hello, hello.
utilize your powerful leader card, of which we'll be seeing Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 on the blue side as long, and the Trunks Vita on the red side.
I did put
And,
it in the chat. I
flip
don't know
that
if anyone
around.
saw it though.
And then what we were trying to do is play out incredible battle cards to be able to punch
I don't
through
know
our
if anyone
opponent and
saw it.
get down to 0 life, utilizing a bunch of awesome strategies, a bunch of different card types. You're going to see all of that here, as both strategies actually lean on every aspect. They both have incredible unisons. We've been seeing the Android 17 and 18 do a lot of work. We've been seeing
Everybody.
Gohan in the yellow decks put a lot of pressure against these blue decks. Of course, both players getting ready.
So
for
right now,
matchup
what
and
they're
having
doing
taken
is they're
them out
doing
in
the Dragon
top
Ball
8,
Super Card
now
game.
moving
They're doing,
into
I think,
this
the
finals.
finals.
Yeah, I mean, speaking to people who may or may not know,
No,
even our
they will
veterans
be. I
in
think
the
they said they'll
crowd
say it at a
who
later
are
date.
cheering on these competitors. Again, just like you were saying, it involves battle
I know
cards,
when
leader
I'm
cards, could be your favorite
ready to get that
character.
game and play it,
Really
this stream is going
goes
to go
back
haywire.
to what Dragon Ball is about. Battling it out, having the most
It gives me more
having
content to do.
techniques in your deck, and as well as the skills to back all of that.
You know, we can go
All right,
live
it
and we
looks
can
like we're
play it
ready
like
to
together if
continue
they
the
have
Dragon
that.
Ball
You know what I
Super
mean?
Card Game World Championships
That'd be even cooler.
2022 final. Okay, finalists, we are about to begin the World Championship final. Game
can't
2
wait.
starts now.
All right, the finals for the
All
Dragon
right,
Ball card
and you know
game
the
begins
great
now.
thing
We're
about the
waiting on
Dragon Ball
Legends.
Super Card game is it requires
Once the final
so
battle
much
for
skill to
Legends
play.
is done, we
You have
should be
energy
seeing a new
management, you have
character.
character management, leader management, all these type of things are
New
in the
character, it could
fundamentals
be
of
new
the game.
character and
We see
Zenkai.
both of these players masterfully use that. You're gonna see Philip going first.
XX
paying one
Smile,
for the Trunks now.
Smiley
Vegeta
95. Thank you
Vegeta
for the
effect plays
sub.
Trunks right
Welcome
from
to the
deck.
channel. I hope
100%,
everything
turning on the ability
goes to your
be
liking.
able to awaken in the later turns. And of course, this is
Dang,
game
dude,
2.
I am on a
Both-
roll
both,
today.
You know, both players were kind of staring at, the unisons that the other
Yo.
player were playing. There's some battle cards that are hard to deal with. Both players now being able to bring in Black Smoke Dragon means that we now have solutions to those.
Yeah, if
the
you
good
wanna
chance
talk,
that
just
the
let me-
board's
just
not
let me
gonna
know in
look as
Discord and
bumped
I'll come
up,
back in.
And now the game's probably going to lean more on tempo than just pure board
Alright, you
control.
too, man. Thank
So
you.
we'll have to see how they utilize
See ya.
the new cards
Yeah,
that
see
they
you
brought
guys.
in to be able to mitigate the matchups that we saw in game 1.
Absolutely. We're gonna see the first damage dealt. Oliver.
Thank you guys
attacking
again for
Philip
70
for
plus.
the first damage. Of course,
Thank
when
you to
attack with your
Smiley for
card. So
and
it is
we've now hit
beneficial
a
to be
huge
aggressive in
mark
some
onto the
scenarios
80
because
sub
you get
mark
to
is where we are
generate
headed
hand
now.
advantage. He's then going to discard the
The
14
card game is
top
up now,
5 cards of his deck and add a red ribbon or
and then we
android to
should
his
be
hand.
seeing
Just like how we saw that movie earlier today,
Legends
it
go
is very
live
much on
with
theme
their
with this
final
Gamma
battle.
deck.
Yes,
So,
I got kicked out
again,
because I
we're
didn't
gonna see all of these androids come about,
I couldn't compete
and
with some of
we
the
saw
top
this in
people,
the
but
last game, again, this
yeah.
game 2 out of 3, where it just kind of got out of hand, and Philip really needs to focus in on his field.
Lisa,
to make sure that
you're
doesn't
close to
happen.
being a mod.
Absolutely. We're going to see the
How
very
about,
standard but very good Trunks Vegeta play here. You're going to attack with your Vegeta. Combo
How about
your
you
Trunks
type in
so
the
that
chat? I
goes
wanna
the
see
drop
something
area.
really quick.
And then when you attack with your leader, you can replay the Trunks from your drop in
I wanna
your drop
see
area,
something really quick.
generating even more advantage.
Yeah. Well, what the cool thing about this game, of course, is again,
Lisa, type in the chat. I want to see
where
something. And
you
W's,
have,
thank you so much,
awakened
Smiles,
so basically,
Smiley.
as you go down
Thank
in
you
life, just
so
like a
much.
real Dragon Ball battle, you get to awaken, and now it's a stronger.
But yeah,
leader
right now what we're
where
looking
we're
at
gonna get
for
a
the
few
stream
different, or,
is we are now
different
we
and
hit
more
over
powerful
72
effects.
subs.
That's right. We're
If you guys are
officially
enjoying the
Super Saiyan
stream,
2 right now.
please
Yep.
And
hit
with
that
the new
subscribe
form
button, hit
comes a bunch
that
of new abilities,
notification bar
ways to
so
draw
that you know when I
more,
go
and
live,
like
and so
Giancarlo
that
was
you
saying,
know when I
more
post videos.
advantage, and these players obviously mitigating that to the finest.
I really appreciate it.
Not only do you get hand advantage from drawing more cards,
so all the
you get
new
board
subscribers,
advantage
this
from being able to
channel
play
is a
cards
mix
from your
of
discard pile,
games.
meaning now you have another threat that every time you attack into
We're
your
known
opponent,
as
they need to lose a card from your hand that you didn't
we're
have
known
to
as a
do.
family.
So now you're
You
whittling
know what
down
I mean?
their options and potentially opening up more opportunities to be able to take their life.
There we go. We're going to see
And
two
my name is
quick
King of
EX
Games.
evolves establishing
For all the
more
new
powerful
people, like I
characters on
said,
top of their
I'm super
their
happy
previous
and excited to
forms.
have everyone that have now subscribed into the channel because the streams
the first couple turns here,
the streams are very fun for the people who are join now. You know, this is just a chill stream, just watching
yeah,
this.
of course, it is a little too early, but he's in a much better
when we had that
position
little
to
hour
deal with
break, but
Unison. We
we
saw
need
Oliver
some
play his
Dragon Ball
Unison
Z
on turn
holographic
2,
cards.
and it stayed
I
on
need
the
some Dragon Ball
field
Z cards,
for the rest
period.
of the game.
I haven't gotten a
Oliver
single
is
one,
going to have to not
but,
only find
you know,
that Unison, Philip will be in a much
I'm
better
thinking on
position
this channel
to
we might do
attack
some
it. He
card
has
openings as
already
well.
several battle cards established in order to deal with it.
New collection
Yeah, 100%,
soon.
especially since blue needs more energy.
I don't
to
really
do the
play
things it
this,
does, right?
but I'm
Whereas
really
yellow,
looking
you
forward
can
to getting
kind
into the
of
card
tap out,
game
you can commit out,
because I
you
need
can
some
go down to
content for
one,
this.
but you'll always have the option to go into a riposte, right? The ability to shut down what your opponent is doing is much more viable in yellow
stream,
versus blue. You're gonna have to commit
for
more cards
YouTube,
into it, more
but
energy. You're gonna have to put a
if
little
you guys
bit more
didn't
work.
see,
So being
we
behind
are.
on
I'm
board
gonna say this out
definitely makes
now.
it much more tougher
We're getting
for
a new
Oliver,
Dragon
especially
Ball,
since now he needs the board control and get back
Dragon
the
Ball
tempo
Z
of the game,
game.
especially given that we do know Philip has the option for the
Absolutely
Emperor Frieza,
hype.
and at the moment
Budokai
that comes
Tenkaichi
down,
is getting
Oliver's
a
life
new,
effectively needs
like
to
I
be
think it's
up
going to
an
be called
additional
4.
2 just to account
We're
being
getting a
able
new
to play the
revamp of
rest
that,
the game.
and the blue
I'm not
Goku
sure
looks
if the rest
so
of the venue
cool.
heard us when that actually ended up happening in our last group of matches where
Lisa, type in the chat. I want
signature,
to see something really quick.
very shiny, high-cost Frieza came
Got a little
down,
surprise
and
for
we
you.
were just going wild because we haven't seen that in, I don't know, a couple of years.
TOP
been
format,
quite a
which
while,
is
yeah.
almost over 3 years when the last time when that card was meta relevant, and
Yeah.
that's the beauty of the game, right? You can always look back in the archives and see those awesome techs that read incredibly well and in the right meta are able to put you in a spot where you end up in the World Finals.
That's right. And of course, the signature rares are very special, very sought after, high value, special rares signed by the actual voice actors. And it was a really great thing in our community to have that. All right, we're going to play the Unison here. This is going to allow for the Awaken, and we're going to finally get the ball rolling.
Yeah, and we did mention, you know, blue does require a lot of energy. We see that with the upside down cards, for those who don't know, where it can play higher cost threats. However, with Gamma, it has a very special ability. At the end of the turn, you grab a bunch of androids, up to three, and place them again, which effectively gives you extra energy to go on your defensive turn.
Yeah, 100%. In terms of style, if we pin Trunks Vegeta into being the more board control, I'm going to have a lot of blockers that you can't deal with. I'm going to go super wide. Gamma leans more into being a tempo deck that plays on both my turn and your turn. Not only am I going to be able to expend all my energy to be able to push out threats on my turn, on your turn you're going to swing into me. I'm going to have defensive options, and I'm going to have the ability to play out more cards so that when it comes down to my turn, I'm able to kind of crack back.
Here we go. And speaking of more cards being played, we have this Android 18. When she's played, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, put one of them in your energy, and then shuffle one of your energy back. She is a 15k critical attacker. Critical means when you deal a damage with it, instead of adding to your hand, it goes to the drop area. So you are providing aggression that denies resources. A very strong early game strategy.
I might have lied last time. I said Gohan was my favorite character. Android 18 is a close second. Can we get some Android 18?
Yeah, I think a lot of people would agree with you there.
There you go. We got one.
There you go. All right. And again, yeah, just comboing with these 1-drops. You want these 1-drops to continuously go to the drop area. That way you can continuously play them.
There you go, Lisa. You
The more
deserve
1-drops you
that.
play, the more value you generate.
Yeah, and the beauty with this card game,
No
additionally,
problem.
is that
Thank
you do
you
get
for
to
being
then,
here
after
every
you
day.
use your early cantrips, those small cards that draw you more advantage, you can combo them away, which allows you to power up the attack of whichever attack is going. And then with the Zenkai mechanic, you're able to then store those cards away to play even more powerful full cards later turns.
We got the other twin here. We have the 17. So these cards are very similar. They have the same auto when played, put in energy, shuffle it back. The difference is this one has barrier, which means it cannot be chosen by your opponent's effects. So if they have an effect that says choose this card to KO it, they can't actually choose this card. Very like
Brownies?
sticky, likes to stay on the
Hey.
board, hard to remove basically.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing about yellow. Specifically
for
this
Zen-
deck. We're
W
looking at
for
two
brownies.
barrier
Yeah, no
threats
problem.
with these guys.
Listen,
the
Lisa,
Trunks, the Super Saiyan
I
Trunks,
thank you, dude,
on the board
out of,
on Philip's end, where
I thank you
lunch is going to be
for
really
being
hard
here.
to deal with.
You know, I
and
have
they
fun
have
playing
blocker,
Pokemon
which
Unite
means
with you.
basically if someone's going to attack you,
But after
you can
this
block with
stream
them
is
and make
over,
sure
after
it
they
goes
do
to that instead
the
of your
Legends
life.
reveal, I will be ending stream. And tomorrow's
Just gonna see a
stream should
Leer
be a
swing
little bit
here.
more fun.
Again, whenever the leader
today's.
attacks, you get to draw a card. Just like in Dragon Ball,
Please, I'll be going live a
everything is
little later
aggressive. You want to
than
be
what,
making a lot of
I
actions,
usually do.
doing a lot of plays, and a lot of these cards draw cards because we want to keep that high tempo up.
Yeah, the amount of options are absolutely incredible. You always have the opportunity to be able to do something. You're never down and out, and every time that you take a damage, the card goes to your hand. So just like in the show, just like in the games, the more you're dwindled down, the more you have an opportunity for that Zenkai boost to be able to crack back on your opponent.
Here we go. We're going to use our leader's effect, put the Vegeta under this card in the drop area, and give it double strike. That means it deals 2 damage instead of 1, and we're going to knock 2 markers off of that unison. I think Philip is going to take this turn to try to get rid of this unison so Oliver does not get a crazy amount of value from it. Now it's down to 1. Let's see if Oliver can protect it. Using a 17 defending friends, so it will not trigger its auto. This is just a 1-cost negate here.
Which isn't too bad. You know, we saw it in the last match, or the last game, I should say, where that unison, every single turn that it was there, it generated value every single turn for Oliver. And to get rid of that is going to be a big thing for Philip.
There we go. And we have the EX Evolve powering up that Vegeta into a Super Saiyan.
Hey,
Blue
welcome
Vegeta.
back,
And
Lisa.
we're actually going to counterplay
Let me know how
another
those
Android
brownies are.
18 coming down here. If you control a unison, you bottom deck the card 4 or less being played instead of it reaching the field.
Yep, and because
I'm just gonna
Super
watch
Saiyan
this
Blue
card
Vegeta
game.
evolves on top of the Vegeta on board, the Vegeta will stay
And
on
wait for
board,
Legends,
so we
that's
will
all.
see the attack here with that Vegeta, and then go for the combo.
Power of the Super Saiyan coming in, doing its best, a free tap down, switching something to inactive, drawing a card, and it's going to be a really good target for that blocker 18.
We have a clear line of attack into this unison. We need to find a way to kill it. And here we have a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan unison. This card is exceptionally powerful. Unisons have plus and minus effects. This plus effect is every turn draw a card. So drawing an additional card every single turn is exceptionally powerful.
Yeah, not to mention it is in my opinion, one of the best looking cards in the game. Seeing the art there, and really, really, really good effects later into the game, getting that triple attack. It also enables getting the release from evil, which is such a huge counter to the Gamma's effect, not allowing to effectively switching things to active mode and grabbing things out of their energy.
Oliver discarding 14 and 15 again. Look at the top 5 at a Red Ribbon army that cost 4 or less, or an additional copy of a unison, and we're going to grab another copy of the 17.
Yeah, so like you were saying, Brian, the sequencing is huge here. How do I not lose to the release from Evil? It's a card that did a bunch of work
I have
against
no
the
idea
Crimsons,
how to play this
preventing
game,
them
really.
from being able to awaken.
We
And
can
you're
play some of
effectively
this on
saying
the
that
chat.
depending
I
on
want
how you
on the stream. I really want to know.
depending
how
on
to
how
play
you sequence, you're not going to be able to play out the turn that you want, right? And it's
This is like
both
Yu-Gi-Oh!
of these decks trying to stack up so many abilities that say, okay, now I need to play through XYZ to be able to execute my game plan.
Yeah, totally.
Adding an Android 8 super combo to hand by discarding the multicolor 18.
Yeah, both of these effectively free cantrips, you basically replace itself as long as you find a target, are super, super good in this Gamma deck because half, if not more than half of your deck are androids. So, and those are really good. The super combo basically being a free draw 1 10K instead of a measly 0.5K that it normally is really, really big.
Here we go. We're going to swing that 15K into our opponent's unison and combo our 17 defending friends. Now, when you combo, at the end of the combo step, you can put one of those cards into your Z energy. You use Z energy to summon extremely powerful Z battle cards.
Yeah, we might see a Jiren again. That last Jiren was really, really good.
Here we go, a Majin Buu unison. What do we call this card? A menace?
I mean,
The Menace to Society for sure. I mean, 4-cost unison draws you an additional card, reimburses you on a whole energy, and then it's just a blocker. It is one of the hardest cards to remove and has been one of the most pivotal cards in the entire format since its release.
call it what it is. It is an
Huzzah.
agent of destruction.
And that's what it
What's
does.
up?
It destroys.
What's up, Kinky? I
And
didn't
then
see you
it
there.
double strikes.
Okay.
So not only is it one of
I
the
don't know
best
how to play
attackers in the
card
game,
games,
having
so
very little ways
Me
to be able to
too.
deal with
The
it,
only reason
although
why
thankfully here the
I'm-
Trunks Vegeta deck will be able to keep it in rest
I'm
mode at least for
here
this turn. It is also
is
one of
because
the
we're
best
waiting on
defenders.
We're going to see Gamma's extremely powerful effect. At the end of the turn, pick up 3 of your androids in
But like
your
I
energy
said,
and put
to
down
everybody
3
in the
androids
chat,
in active mode.
I will be
That
trying to play this
basically
game
allows you to tap out
sooner or
offensively
later.
every single turn
And now
to
the
get all of your
announcement of
energy
the
back
new
for strong
Tenkaichi
defensive
game,
plays. And of course,
Budokai
Majin Buu
Tenkaichi,
also
is
untapping
coming
energy at the
out,
start of your
so
opponent's turn.
if it's
Now,
for
if you see
phone,
that, he just spent
I'll probably
4
play it.
energy
If
to
not,
play a
then I'm gonna
card, and
figure out a way
on his
to
opponent's
play it.
turn, he just got all 4 of it back. That is the
Yeah,
total
but
benefit
that'll
of
give me
Gamma.
pure
You get
content on this
basically
channel.
a full
It's
turn on
beautiful.
both players' turns.
Yeah, my turn and then our turn.
Our turn.
Our turn. Right. Yeah, it is actually interesting to think about where you have so many options within that 3 to 4 energy range, and basically they're free. You're not really getting punished outside of maybe a 1-cost barrier card that says no to the Majin Buu effect.
Here we go. We have that Frieza Divine Transformation. It cannot be removed from the field by effects, which means this Majin Buu's Neg 1, unfortunately, cannot target this card. Philip is doing a great job of playing these barrier cards, playing these cannot be removed cards. It is very difficult for their effects, for an effect to remove them from the field.
And we talked about the powerful cards. One of the powerful cards is that Android 14 2-cost counter attack, which basically is going to play directly into that Frieza, saying, hey,
Kai.
if you want to do that, you're not going to be able to use 2 of your cards.
Absolutely. It looks like we're going after the Majin Buu unison here.
Yeah, I think you just need to clear it out of the way, right? Because
How about 7 mods, and I think I'm going to keep
the longer
it that
that
way.
sticks on board, the more cards
Rasengan!
that Oliver is going to be able to draw, and the harder it is
I
for
have
Philip
about
to
7
be
or 8
able to break
mods,
through, especially
and
since
not
by
everybody
itself,
shows up.
Buu can
like,
deal with
for
2
mod
cards.
wise.
And unless your card has protection, which
I made
thankfully
Lisa
the
a
Trunks
mod.
deck has a lot of,
Lisa,
it
you
can
are a
hit
mod
anything, which means
because
if
you
the
show up
secret
every
rares
day.
are coming down, then that's
For
going
the
to be an
last
easy
2-3
way for it to
days that I've
deal.
been
So
streaming.
we deal with the Buu, and then we go and press our tempo against the leader.
Here we go, and Buu down to 1 marker, and we're attacking it again. Can Oliver protect
So I made
this?
you mod. You're here every day, which means you can take care of, help me take care of a lot on the channel.
All right, getting rid of the black
Thank
smoke,
you.
and there we go. Majin Buu is down. A huge benefit for Philip here.
Yeah, that's a big one. Only because, hey, you're just saying,
Rasengan
just don't get that
Frieza!
advantage anymore. You just don't get that draw. You don't get that energy. Let me make you work to get back to that.
Yep, Philip here just developing such a huge board. It's going to be really hard for Oliver to get rid of all these cards. He's going to need a lot. He's going to need multiple Z battle cards, maybe even a Kami, in order to mitigate the aggression that he's going to see every single turn from here on out.
You did mention Kami. For those who don't know, this is game 2, which allows these players to actually sideboard in, which means it's a separate deck from their main deck, a few cards here and there to actually help within certain matchups. And of course, Kami is a really good one in order to go against some of these barrier Trunks cards, which is why they're in rest mode, because he kind of knows. I'm going to swing with these because I already know they might be gone later into the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, get the usage of the card when you can. Kami is a board wipe. When your opponent presents 4 or more cards, destroys 4 or less, ignoring barrier, which is the perfect counter to this deck because almost everything within the deck falls within those costs, whether you're talking about the Vegetas, whether you're talking about the Trunks.
There we go, and we see the
card.
secret rare being charged to his energy. Now he's going to have to put that back into his deck because you just don't want it stuck in your energy, right? You want it in your deck so you can draw it. You're going to add a cell to energy, put that secret rare back. What that signals to Philip is that my opponent does not have their secret rare. Now he has to shuffle it back in and draw it later. That's what you want to see if you're Philip. You know your opponent doesn't have your secret rare. Secret rare is a very powerful card you can only play one of in the deck, and it usually just has an insane effect that wins games.
Yeah, I mean, talking about the evolution of metagames, I don't believe Oliver uses or we haven't seen any of the Saiyan instincts, right? So I don't think he's going to be drawing too many cards. He will be filtering. He won't be drawing too many cards like Trunks does.
Here we go. We're playing another 17-18 unison.
Very calm one.
We're going to get that
I like
effect.
this
We're
one.
going to combo with a card from our drop area to generate this free Z energy. And it looks like we're just going to try to trade unisons here. You want to clear mine? Okay, I'll try to clear yours too.
Yeah, I think especially the opening here that Philip has given for Oliver, being rested out does mean that you're not going to have to fight through a riposte. We saw in game 1, all 4 ripostes make an appearance, which Oliver was able to fight through, but makes it incredibly harder. So this is definitely the opportunity to try to swing that tempo, try to get some board control, knowing that you're not going to have to fight through that tax of having to rest down a card every single time you attack.
Totally agree.
Go, and we're going to see the first card played from the Z battle deck, and that is the Jiren. This is exactly what we saw last game. Jiren's effect, put Z energy into your drop area to remove markers off of a unison. This is now a double strike, meaning it deals 2 damage instead of 1, and we're just going to continue to try to clear some of this board off.
Yeah.
Jiren is, again, one of the only mono green cards we see here in the finals, and it has certainly earned its spot.
Yeah, that's the wonderful flex of being able to run a dual color leader, is the fact that you have the options of being able to add additional cards you don't typically do. So while you are primarily blue deck, there are some incredible green staples that you're able to add in, just like this Jiren right here, to be able to mitigate these edge case situations.
All right, absolutely. Philip deciding to combo 2 cards out of his hand to protect his Trunks, being able to charge one of those to his Z energy.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see the evolution and as well as the addition to the game as the Z deck. It basically, on tap, gives you the options that you need. And one of the options to deal with that unison was that Jiren. So we will probably see a few other things like that Cell Z Battle card come down again as soon as it's applicable here.
Yeah, 100%. And the big thing going for Phillips' way here is that the longer Oliver does not deal with this Frieza, which again is incredibly hard, if not almost impossible for him to deal with the tools that Blue has available, the more work it's going to do, because Blue loves to have its negates. We know that it has its floodgates, and that's going to say, no, if you are doing it, you're doing it once, and then I'm going to have every opportunity to be able to go into you.
Thank you guys for
Super strong card we saw
over
in
70
the last
subs,
game
man. It really does mean a lot.
was
Thank you guys.
the
I really
Tyrannical
can't
blow.
thank you all
So
enough.
if Philip can find those T-blows, then it's going to be really hard for Oliver to floodgate on the other hand. So if you turn off those floodgates, basically that means you can't attack without paying a cost. Oliver's deck makes you discard 2 if you want to attack through that floodgate.
A 1000 IQ game? Really? I don't think so.
And here we have.
You just gotta have cards. And there's actually the card games
Divine
in
Transformation,
the Play Store.
Double Strike, going to deal 2 damage to that unison.
Yeah, you still get that Z energy, which is nice. The way that autos work, it still goes through after an attack. And we're going to go ahead and see an attack from that leader. And I believe playing out the Vegeta 1 cost to draw 1.
Here we go. Unison back down to 1 marker here. Here we go, playing our Vegeta. Does Oliver have another 18 counterplay for the Vegeta?
Doesn't look like it.
Ooh, it seems like he does.
That's it. To the bottom of the deck you go, Vegeta. You are not going to see the board today.
That's right. Oliver continuously counterplaying those Super Saiyan Blue Vegetas because it is just that powerful.
Yeah, we did see the Trunks effect coming down.
Oh,
as
and
well.
another one.
Okay.
Another one.
All
Another
right.
one.
All right, Philip, you need to relax over there.
All right, there we go. Another 20k attack into the Unison, and we're going to use its effect to KO something in rest mode, ignoring barrier, and we're going to choose our opponent's Jiren.
This is not a bad target.
Or actually, we're going to
since-
choose the 17. Because it has barrier.
Yeah, because it has barrier. Yep.
Lisa,
think
I
that
will be
Jiren can be
playing
taken care
it
of a
on
little bit later,
stream.
Yep.
if it's still there.
Probably tomorrow.
Both players, it's great to
just to
watch.
see
Both
how
players
hard it
are trading
actually is.
boards. They're fighting
yeah,
for
we'll play some
resources.
of that
None of
tomorrow.
them being too aggressive.
Play some Dokkan, play some
attacking your
Legends.
opponent's life,
Play some
you can give them
Pokemon
cards
Go
to
as well
hand,
if
which
you
gives
want
them
to.
more options,
We'll
more
play
resources
Pokemon.
to play with. And here, both players are in a resource battle. They both know
I'll
that
be
the
right back.
quickest way to victory is by whittling down my opponent's resources. And we have another Super Saiyan 2 Gohan Unison coming down.
Well, he's just telling him good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah, these three cost unisons are so good. They get above Smoke, Black Smoke Dragon, because he only hits 2 costs. And this one primarily has been seeing a ton of work, whether we saw it here today with the Trunks Cheetah deck, we saw it in the Golden Frieza deck in the finals as well. This is definitely one of the cards that presses as much as it can to force Blue into uncomfortable positions.
Absolutely a yellow staple. And again, look at everything that Oliver has to deal with. He has an SS2 Unison, multiple Trunks, SS Blue Vegeta, and just, oh man, that's a tough board to get through. Again, we've seen where they're trading resources every turn. They're going tit for tat, and it's up to each player to find a way to whittle down their opponent's resource pile in order to finish the game. And we see this secret rare. Oliver did draw the secret rare in his hand, the Beast Gohan.
Yeah, one of my favorite cards. I don't know how it's... Well, I guess this would be not a bad time to play it, right?
Yeah.
Although you do lose 2 cards while using the effect, at the bottom deck 2 of them, they have to return everything from Unisons to battle cards back to their hand, and it basically resets the board state.
Yeah, it's a huge tempo play. It's an interesting situation, though, because Gohan does also burn a life.
Yes.
So you're in a position where do I put my opponent down to 4 and then turn on all his super combos?
Right.
There we go. And what do we tap into? And are we going to see it?
All right,
Black
he's-
Smoke Dragon.
We got a little tease there. Oh, okay.
All right, so Black Smoke Dragon coming down, getting rested, and he's going to use its effect. Now, this thing has 3 different effects. You can remove a 2-cost or lower Unison, you can remove something ignoring barrier, or you can draw 2 cards. Having just 3 insane effects on 1 card makes this one of the most versatile cards in the card pool. And we're just going to see which he's going to choose. He's going to get rid of one of these barrier cards. That's exactly what it looks like he's doing. Now, also, those Trunks autos trigger automatically. They rest the first card played for the turn. So now the next cards he played will not be rested, which means they can attack. A card in rest mode cannot attack.
Which is nice, because this Black Smoke can't attack
You don't
anyway.
have to have
As a
Pokemon Go
permanent
to
that
play.
says that it can't.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
almost
gonna
like it
be
has a
playing
4th
stuff on
effect that
stream.
says, I also turn off your
For fun.
Trunks.
Yeah.
Exactly. And here we're going to see a 9-drop Cell. This card is so
There it
powerful.
is.
You can actually play it from your energy, and then
sorry.
your leader replaces it. And man, this thing has crazy effects. Dual attack means it can attack twice. It gains double strike, so it can attack twice, and it deals 2 damage each time. When it's played, bottom deck all your opponent's battle cards. And if they negate its attack, they have to bottom deck a card from it. We're going to see a Time Magic, which does do a good job of mitigating the aggression from this cell, but you have to bottom deck a card in order to do so.
Thankfully, Time Magic does have that sparkling ability where you can take a life instead, which basically replaces whatever you bottom deck. And it also says, hey, you can't swing again with that dual attack.
Exactly, and now we're at 4 life, which means our Krillin super combo is live.
Yep, and here we have the Robotic Riposte, probably one of the most iconic cards since its releasing originally in the championship packs. It will negate the attack, preventing it from being able to go through, and then applies a floodgate effect on your opponent. Every single time you attack, you need to rest down one of your cards. That could be an energy, could be your leader, could be anything, but effectively saying, I'm going to tax you for every attack.
I have it on my other phone.
Now that we're in the later stages of the game, we're going to see them doing a ton of work.
Yep.
You know, it's funny, you mentioned Krillin Super Combo. In front of all these Dragon Ball fans, Super and Krillin probably don't really go together. And yet, with all of these yellow decks, it is probably one of the most played cards that we've seen for yellow decks in general.
Yep, you know, he might not be the most popular character in the fighting games, but he is one of the most powerful characters in the card game because, you know, he draws cards. It's pretty good effect.
Yeah, that's it.
It's pretty good.
All right, we're still here in the charge phase, deciding on what we want to charge. We're going to throw down Frieza's Army reinforcements. Ticking up, negging 3 the Unison. This is such a powerful effect. The Unison gains triple attack, meaning you can attack 3 times. It gets +5, and then your leader gets +5 power as well. So this is 3 25k triple attacks minimum.
Yeah, and this is almost like bait, right? He's like, I've got this Frieza on board. Go ahead. Try to floodgate me. Try to stop me, because you know I've got something. I could potentially counter your counter and make sure that I'm able to close out the game from there.
Absolutely, and we saw he almost charged his second Unison, so he's probably going to use that Empower keyword to gain more markers. Basically, Empower is when you play a Unison on top of another one, it gains a certain amount of markers. All right, we're gonna negate this Frieza here.
Hopefully we
No, what?
remember
What's
to
wrong, Russo?
understand this.
There we go.
Oh, not
All right, so we're seeing
Krillin.
the gates, and then we're going to have to pay for it.
Okay, that cost. Are we going to see? There's Tyrannical Blow.
Oh my god.
There we go. And we get to rest 2 of our opponent's energy because they used a negate. And not only that, but they don't untap at the start of the charge phase.
Yeah.
I mean, the only bright side about this is that the negate still goes through. Only negates the effect where if they swing, they have to get rid of 2 cards out of their hand. But doesn't look like it's going to do much here with that negated effect.
Yeah, and this is the board state that Philip has been building towards, right? I think, you know, if he sits down and he's like, what do I need to build to be able to put myself in a position to win? I need to have this Frieza. I need to make sure I can rest out every single one of my opponent's energy. I need to prevent his floodgates, so we saw that with the Tyrannical Blows. Now I have wide open range to kind of fight in, and Oliver's options are incredibly limited now that he's committed out.
And there we go. There's that Krillin we talked about. Now you're attacking for 35k. Oliver now at 4 life, meaning his super combos are live, and he plays the Android 8 super combo. 0 + 10, drawing a card. We see 1 right there, and another one, drawing another card.
Although you like to see them, it's not the greatest to use a lot of them, because you can only have 4 in your deck. 2 are left in the deck. Philip knows this, and he's going to take that account into taking the game here.
We're going to go and we're going to put some of our cards into our
Oliver's
Z
gonna
energy.
win. I think Philip's gonna win. But the way
Here we go. We're gonna hit that
you might be
Empower.
right.
Which I'm guessing is going to go to 4 markers with this extra one here, and then probably go to 5 markers to a draw. And looking at a 5 marker Unison on the other end is not the greatest.
Right. So this card, again, this card has so many effects. When it's played with 4 more markers, you check how many Unisons are in your drop area, and you KO cards in rest mode equal to that amount. So here he gets 2 free kills, and he just immediately did the neg 3, getting another
I'm
triple
gonna do
attack.
it again, baby.
I was wrong. He just smells blood.
There we go.
So one option here to be able to get Oliver out of this, you know,
Third
the
super combo.
The Zeno super combo, maybe getting that one, be able to set his energy back to active, and then maybe giving him options. But at this point, it's going to be combo to combo, back to some old school Dragon Ball.
Oh, there's no Zenos in Gamma. There's the 4th Android 8, and like we said, you can only play 4 Android. You can only play 4 super combos, and that right there is the 4th one. Now it's pretty good when you have all 4 in your hand, but now that they're all gone, it's going to be very easy for Philip to just attack.
Yeah, all the information he needs. Philip still needs to get through 4 life, just like Oliver does if it gets back to the other turn or the next turn. And it looks like Philip got that Senkai boost from that musical performance, because he's just going in.
There we go. Checking cards in deck. If you go down to 0 cards in deck, you do deck out. That can be a problem with Gamma. It draws that many cards, but We're going to swing with our leader. Our leader got double buff, so now it is a 25k base leader.
I do believe we already used the leader effect to give it double strike and a boost, but
Yep.
that is no problem. 25k is nothing to scoff at since he still has to out-combo it, just like every
We're
other
going to
attack
take it
here.
going down to 3. Like, it's just so hard to defend from 25k without super combos.
Yeah. And he knows this. Philip knows
Philip
this.
knows, yeah.
And he's still in a comfortable position, right? Like, his aggression could stop, and he would be chilling. He's got 3 energy up. He's got 4 life, so he's up on resources. Cards in hand, very healthy. So now going down to 2, and now we're in double strike range.
Yeah, it's getting scary. It's getting scary. Yellow is the deck to say, hey, do not go to 2.
Yep, and we still have plenty of energy in choosing to pass the turn. Now that Android 18 does not get to untap because it was selected with the Divine Transformations effect, Oliver is in a tough position here. The question is, how do I deal this 4 damage?
Well, the secret rare would be a waste.
That
Secret
would
Rare
be a start.
Secret Rare is probably the way. I think Philip swung with everything, knowing that.
Yep.
I don't believe the Frieza will get rid of it or be gone because of the
Correct, yeah.
Gohan, but it is still effectively a lot of attacks with its activate battle and activate main effect.
And of course, the leader maintaining that power buff until the end of your opponent's turn. So this is a 25k leader. Again, 25k is just one of the best numbers in the Dragon Ball Super card game. Offensively, defensively, best number you could possibly be at.
I'm gonna say it. That's very annoying to deal with.
It's very annoying to deal with. I agree.
Absolutely, 100%. It basically says you need to utilize so many more cards than you would previously. Having 1 bean on your leader is good. Having 2 beans is absolutely phenomenal.
And here we go. We're just going to start with this Jiren effect, sending 2 of our Z energy to the drop area, removing 2 markers off of that unison, or in this case 1, and then getting +5 for each in double strike. 17 effect, putting one of the Gohans in the energy, and we're just going to go ahead and replace that by looking at our top 5. Here we go. We have Defending Friend, one of the best pieces of support Gamma's gotten in the recent TP kit.
Yeah, and with that Jiren down, he does get that auto effect where you do have the bottom deck card, but he still needs to put that aggression down. And I think we're
Looking
going
like
through the
less than
deck.
10 cards left. Again, sometimes you can deck out in Gamma. It is that good at drawing and cycling cards.
Yeah, it's really all those cantrips. It was just replacing effects.
Yeah, we did get the Trunks auto out
So
of the
according to this, there's
way as
8
well,
lives
which means
in
there are
total.
opening nows for our bigger cards. if we
You
wanna
have
go
to take
through
your
that way.
opponent's, try to
We're
take your
going
opponent's 8 lives with
15
attack
at
power,
the Mecha Freezer Robotic Riposte, 15 into 15.
which I get.
See what Philip decides to risk. Another robotic riposte. Now for the rest of the turn, if Oliver wants to attack, he has to rest a card, paying the cost to attack.
Which isn't too crazy. We know that with energy up, release from evil is an option. So if he wants to attack with something, he can just rest his leader. But it looks like he is.
You got the Black Smoke
Attacking.
also, which
Right.
is just not an attacker, so you could just say I could use it for combo. I
There
could
we
rest it
go.
out.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Here we go. Yep, comboing with the Black Smoke, very smart. We see a Krillin coming down as a super combo.
That's what it looks like. And I think, based on the clock, we are running out of time, if not going into overtime. So this is getting down to the wire.
Yep, in terms of
And another
procedures,
Krillin.
life will be the deciding factor here. So if you are above in life when going into time, then you will be the winning player of that game. So we are going into the 5 minutes of extension here, and then from there, we're going to be forced to see someone through, and very much could be seeing a game 3 to close out the World Championship here.
There we go. Now we got 5 minutes to make something happen. And we're going to play our Gohan. When you combo with it, you can pay 1 to play it. And then you can pay another 1, send it to the drop area to, again, floodgate your opponent. They can't attack without bottom decking something that costs 2 or more.
Every time, every time.
Every attack.
Yep.
With the battle card.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go.
There's the
Tapping
cell.
4 to play the cell.
All right, let's get rid of these Friezas. Doesn't touch the Frieza, the big Frieza, the 5-cost Frieza, and as well as the barrier Trunks. But
We're going to go 30k into Divine Transformation, and we're going to have to pay that cost.
looks like we're just clarifying the Gohan.
Yep, we're going to rest the Gohan as cost.
And that'll be our last attack of the
This
turn.
shouldn't be as bad, right?
We do get this energy back, which is good.
We're just going to see another negate here.
And that's what renders those riposts so good and why Oliver has to commit to getting rid of them. They effectively say, not only did I floodgate you, but I'm also going to cost you 1 card every turn.
Right.
Or you just end up taking the 1 because it's a 15K, which is the sweet spot. Almost every leader in the game sits at a nice, solid 15K.
There we go. We're just going to see Frieza's army reinforcement taking the life instead of paying the cost. Gonna have to bottom deck a card and playing a token. And that token gains blocker for the turn. But we're just going to pass the turn. Oliver picking up 3, adding a floodgate to his hand. If he can play a couple of those, he'll get around the tyrannical blow, but he's gonna need a few.
Yeah, but it's not looking too hot with so much energy on the yellow Philip side. We know that cooler exists, which basically says no to negates. And being at 2 again, that's scary.
Yep, absolutely. Philip having the life lead here is a great position to be in time.
Which, by the way, we haven't seen any swings from that Frieza, if I'm not mistaken, and we might see one in this turn.
All right.
Now, Gohan did not get his effect. You have to pay an energy and put him in the drop. So right now, he's just something on the field. And we're gonna go 25K, activating a gate, getting to tap 2 energy. God, that Frieza's
Are we going to
so
see another
powerful.
T-blow? Are we going to see another T-blow?
No.
And a
Oh, the
cooler.
counter cooler.
There we go.
Oh, the cooler.
Cooler coming down, and here we have 25K double strike going into life when you only have 2 life left. And are we just going to see a combo out, or are we going to keep it a little low here?
All right, looks like we're swinging for over 30K here.
Final flash, maybe. 1 minute, 10K.
Okay. I do believe this Frieza is double strike, so this is lethal, right?
Yeah, 45K, 50K.
We're getting up there.
Right now, I like to call it shotgunning, right? He's just shotgunning his hand
Just throw it all.
into the combo area, getting that power up as high as possible so that you can just end the game on this attack.
I mean, a lot of things can happen in the combo phase, / activate battle phase. I don't think there's anything too scary in particular for Oliver to use, but we're
We're
going to see
swinging.
that.
No, we got the
Oliver's
scoop.
scooping it
Scooping
up.
it?
That's it. So we have
Philip taking game 2.
Wow!
1-on-1, and we will be seeing a third game here to close out the World
it's definitely
Championship.
hard, but-
Everyone, let it out for our players. Who do you want it to take it down? Do you want the European champion, Oliver Simmons, or the Italian champion, Philip Tarpini, going into the third game? Gentlemen, what an incredible game. And we saw a masterclass in how yellow can take
Philip
down
and,
this matchup. I'm
absolutely.
going to establish a
Oliver
board,
tied,
5-drop
so I'm
Frieza,
really
putting in an
shocked.
incredible amount of work, saying I'm
Yep.
going to tax out everything you do and putting you in a position where even if you try to shut me down, being yellow, I have answers to everything, and I'm going to be able to fight through it. We saw the cooler there, and then it being a double striker just makes it one of the hardest cards to deal with.
Yeah.
You know, Unisons and Leaders are some of the safest attackers. Frieza is one of the few rare battle cards that lives within that realm because his ability allows him to just stick on board.
Absolutely, yeah. Frieza Divine Transformation, such a powerful card against blue because if you negate it, they get to rest your energy. Just such a huge cost tacked on to that other powerful. The card has so much text. It does so much good stuff, you know?
Yeah, I mean, overall, I think it was just kind of a back and forth of unisons too, right? We had the Android 17 and 18 unison, one of my favorite unisons and characters, but just ended up falling short and getting taken care of by Philip. While, again, the Super Saiyan 2 unison came down, again, generating the value, generating the pressure. 2 back-to-back triple attackers from those unisons really put a lot of pressure on Oliver and really swung that tempo.
We saw 6 unisons die that game, 3 each. And these are, for those who don't know, these are known to be resilient unisons. It is hard to get rid of a Majin Buu. It's hard to get rid of a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. And they were just trading blows so confidently. It was great to see. We saw so much back and forth gameplay. And again, when it comes down to it, we're doing that resource battle. And at the end here, we have the shotgun. I have more resources than you, which means my power is going to be greater than a power you can defend to, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. And I think the unison battle that you were just describing was the right call because the moment that we saw one of them stick, swung 6 times between the power of the old one, the one that was on board, got rid of 2 battle cards. So if these stick around, they present some of the deadliest threats. So they understand each other that they need to go on board and fight it out.
All right, and it looks like we are moving into the final game of the World Championship qualifier. Our
Final
players are ready. Everybody,
results
we're about to
are coming
begin
up.
the World Championship final. Final game starts now.
Let's go!
All right, so here Oliver will have the advantage, will be able to go first. And I mean, gentlemen, there's no hiding it. Being the proactive player, being able to go first gives you so much leeway in terms of being able to define the tempo of the game.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, basically, Oliver went first, he won a game. Philip went first, he won a game. Of course, it's not that simple, but you do see the benefit of going first. It just provides this special type of interaction, this special type of advantage that you get through the game mechanic.
Yeah, I think it really comes down to the Gambit player where you can play your unison, you can awaken early, you can get more cards into your hand, you can get closer to your awakened effect, and as well as a 15k leader is always nice to have. We already know that Philip can awaken pretty much turn 2 every single time, but it gives a little bit more advantage as a Gambit player to get where you need to be after you awaken.
Here we go, both players dropping down the life, and I'm, you know, like we said, pretty sure Oliver is going to choose to go first here. Go. Did he
skip his charge phase?
Oh no. Wow.
So it is not obligatory to charge at the start of your turn. Wow. And this is that world championship jitters,
this
right?
Is the nerves.
This is where
that's too many words.
Champions are born, being able to fight through the pressure, you know, thousands of people over your shoulders watching the gameplay, and here this will inevitably put him incredibly behind.
Wow, that is not something you see every day. Skipping your charge phase. Everything costs energy. At least 90% of the cards cost energy. And the fact that he did not put one down is going to just be such a disadvantage here. That is crazy. Now, the game is not over.
No,
it is only turn 2. It is time here to regroup. Do you have this resiliency to come back from this misplay?
I mean, that's for those who play chess, this is pretty much a game of chess and cards sometimes where that was kind of a blunder. And like you were saying, it really just comes back to how do I regroup, how do I do this, and how do I just make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully, Blue does have some of the greatest comeback cards in the game, right? You have Android 17, which allows to blow out your opponent's hand, and if you have the wider board, you can get there. You have the secret rare Gohan. Board wipe, okay, we're reestablished, right? And in a deck like Gamma, where sometimes you can get that incidental ramp depending on what you're doing, it's okay, especially since I'll have energy on my turn and on my opponent's turn. Right. So there are still openings here. We shake off the tilt, and we push through, and there are opportunities here to be able to swing that game back.
Basically, all that happened was you're going second now.
So we had a whole conversation about going first and second. It just went out the window.
I don't need to go first.
Yeah.
It's not that simple, but guess what? We can win games going second. No big deal. We can knock those nerves off and get right back into the game. You know?
Yeah, I mean, hey, shout out to Oliver here because you know he's very young. I wouldn't say too young, but he's quite young, and he's getting into the finals, the absolute finals, versus so many people who've been playing the game since the beginning. And here we are, about to find a new champion.
New world champion. This is the final game of the World Championship Finals, and we are finally here. Say final again.
And every other variation.
Yeah. How many times can you say Dragon Ball? Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour 2022-23. Dragon Ball Super Card Game World Championship 22-22 season.
That's a tongue twister.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We're just establishing all these 1-drops. We've got these cantrips coming out. Again, cantrips are good because you play them and they have a body on the field, and then they draw a card replacing themselves. Again, what did we just say? Standard, Trunks, Vegeta, turn. This is the same thing we see time and time again. Attack with Vegeta, combo with Trunks so our leader can replay the Trunks.
Yeah, we didn't place it into the drop, which he likely will play it from the drop, which he's going to do that right now with that 1-cost Trunks.
All right, back.
Nothing out of his hand, and you already know for sure that we have a target, so
Absolutely.
we're going to go for that and get something out of our deck, which is that 1-cost Vegeta. Got to see our deck, got to see what's left and what we're going to draw later into the game, and also set up for another Evolve.
Yep, there we go. The EX Evolve, one of the most powerful skills in this Trunks Vegeta deck. Here we go. We see it here, playing that Super Saiyan 2 Trunks on top of the regular, you know, evolving it into a more powerful form. And we get to draw 2 cards, one from our leader effect and one from our own Trunks effect.
Yeah, that's incredibly good. The fact that the card replaces itself, and then beyond that, because of our leader, we're then able to draw an additional card, which means every time we're doing what our deck wants to do, we're actually going up on advantage.
Okay, so there we go. Oliver taking the damage, and then Philip passing his turn.
All right, looks like we're just clarifying board states here quickly.
Yep.
Looks like it is 6 to 6 life, which is pretty normal for these modern leaders. Although Gamma is not awakened yet, a lot of these leaders say if you awaken, you flip it over, you just take cards until you have 6 life anyway.
Here we go, playing our Unison. That's going to proc the Trunks auto, resting the Unison on play. Now, Gamma has an effect, an alternative awakening condition, where if you have a 2-cost Unison, you can awaken, and that's exactly what we're going to see. Gamma awakening, the last awaken we're going to see in the World Championship Finals. Both leaders now on their more powerful forms.
Got that free Z energy from the auto effect of that Unison. Gonna get another cantrip with the top 5 Red Ribbon Army, and that's a good target. Yep. Usually with these multicolored cards, you have to place in active mode, basically because of the energy exhaust, but that one says no, because you're playing Gamma.
Yeah, you're playing the right deck. I'm going to give it to you. So here we do see that Philip Tarpini went down to 5 life, so the same scope here. Still being 1 away from the super combos, but also it gives a fantastic opportunity to be able to use reinforcements to be able to negate and then get you in that 4 life range. There is a line here where Oliver can swing for double strike, get him down to 3. So, hey, I will get you into super combo range, but it's going to be a little bit more uncomfortable for you.
All I'm saying is that he has a bigger hand because he didn't charge. So, hey.
That's advantage.
Nice little +1 there.
Might be the biggest brain into a championship ever.
Here we go. And so game 1 and game 2, yep, exactly, we're going to see it. But all 3 games now, we've seen Philip use that leader effect to deal 2 damage into the Unison because he wants to clear it as quick as possible.
Yeah, and that takes a lot of...
and we're just going to play our own Unison here.
Hey, so it takes a lot of precision to know that what most players would identify as the finisher of the deck, hey, my leader gets double strike and it gets massive. I'm here using it as a utility instead and knowing that my deck's good enough to do the work on its own.
And no negate, the Unison goes down 17 and 18.
Man, I mean, that's the name of the game for yellow, utility. You know, that is the middle name in between any yellow utility deck. And you know, what's interesting that I was thinking of, I don't know if the game plan should change into not playing the Unison. We kind of could slow roll it a little bit as a Gamma player, although he will be building a board state. Just don't play the Unison because you already know that he's not going to be swinging at your leader anytime soon.
Man, let's see what Oliver can do this turn. He's got plenty of energy, plenty of cards in hand, plenty of plays in Awakened Leader. Again, we don't want to attack with this leader because of the absolute release. Yeah, so basically that would negate the leader's effect. The release from evil, excuse me.
Release from evil, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
You got it.
Yeah, which is such a tough position because, you know, being behind, you need to try to force place 2 up your tempo, but you can't afford to turn off your leader because that gets rid of a draw. It doesn't allow you to be able to put things back in your hand that you were expecting. So the effect to just sit there and just say you're not going to do it is incredibly threatening.
We're going to start with our 17, play it from our energy, leader effect, replace that energy. 17, look at that top 5. And this is just such a great card. It filters, it finds cards from your deck to put into your energy that your leader can then add to your hand, basically adding to your hand in a more complicated method.
Yeah, very, very roundabout way, but he chose to use the effect to place the super combo back into the bottom of the deck, maybe valuing the barrier threats that you can put on, and it could be really tough to deal with.
Absolutely, and because this card has barrier, it cannot be chosen by your opponent's Trunks effect to rest it. And I think you want as many 17s as possible in this matchup for that exact reason. You want to be able to trigger that Trunks without having to rest one of your most powerful cards. And there's the Sun Gohan beyond the ultimate.
Secret rare.
Secret rare coming down on this 4th turn with 3 energy here. This card is so powerful. It's going to bounce all the battle cards and Unisons back to the hand, ignoring barrier. We have to bottom deck 2 cards from our own hands. Then if our opponent has more cards in hand than us, we get to bottom deck 1 of their life. So they're going to go ahead and count up.
Yeah, right. And this is just the tempo plays we were talking about, right?
It looks like Oliver having more cards in hand, not bottom decking the life.
Which is interesting to see.
Okay, no, never mind. Spoke too soon. There we go.
Okay, I was about to say, I don't think he does.
There we go. Now again, and then there's an activate main/battle where you can untap the Gohan and 1 other card.
Not going to get in this swing. Just like you were saying, George, You know, it is very much of a tempo. You know, you're staring down a pretty high marker unison. We talked about it being resilient, and we kind of just paid 2 energy to get rid of it. So
Yeah.
I think if I was Oliver, I think that was the right choice.
Yeah, and it's the tempo play. My opponent's rested down. He does not have the ability to answer what I'm doing right now. I need to swing the tempo of the game. I need to play my biggest bomb right now, get a refresh using the abilities to be able to push that tempo even more. If there was an opening based on the start of the game, it is right here, right now.
There we go. We're going to activate main/battle, untap 2 cards, and if we select the Gohan, he gains critical. So now you're staring down a 40k critical. Luckily, you do have that blocker.
Yeah, any other blue deck would choose your energy so that you can play with it a little bit more throughout the attacking turn, but I think he's going to value the Gamma effect of return it back and just have 3 energy for defense.
Yeah,
There we
and
go.
if that Gohan is not dealt with, I can use its ability again on my opponent's turn.
Yep.
So
Right.
now the whole game plan is going to surround. Philip's going to have to decide, how do I deal with this secret rare?
That's right.
Yeah.
And, you know, we saw the power of a Super Saiyan's gone. We saw it like turn 1, so it's going to be a little difficult to just rest this Gohan. Oliver, very smart not to attack with it again.
Yeah, I mean, he is just putting it in Philip's field where, hey, you're going to have to deal with this a little harder than
beast?
I'm going to make it easier for you.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
Of course,
I'm
Philip
watching
already
it,
down to
but
3
I'm
life.
doing
That was
something,
the
sorry.
power of the Gohan. The bottom decking life and then forcing him to take one with the Frieza's Army
In
reinforcement.
about,
Yeah, those secrets are all restricted to only
little bit
one
time,
per deck
we have
for a
until Legend
reason.
starts.
And the cool thing about this
So we just wait.
Gohan, we were talking about the activate battle, we can use them on either side of the turn.
Yeah,
We
I
have our
do too.
14
I
floodgates.
really want
That's
that
a
card.
discard a
That
hand
card looks
as
so
cost to
good.
play the card. And it has an auto when this card is played. If your opponent attacks for the rest of the turn, they have to discard 2 cards. Very hard to pressure through this card because it has such a high cost.
This is good.
Yeah.
This is good because every single time that the Android 14 actually resolves,
Yep.
it means it's going to pretty much not so much end the turn, but make Philip's turn incredibly more difficult. Looks like we're getting out the 3-cost Z battle card Goku, which is a very particular effect
I want that card.
that
more.
involves your Z energy and as well as resting cards that come down. Very similar to the Trunks Evolve card.
Exactly, yep. And it's going to prevent that leader from switching to active mode at the start of the turn.
Which isn't too much of a big deal, knowing that release from evil is a thing. Probably won't get to swing with it anyway.
You're going to get your draw at the end of the turn anyhow.
Oh,
Yeah.
and a Dark Broly Overrun to get rid of the secret
it
rare.
is.
That is huge.
There it is. And a little bit more of a mitigation and balancing factor for secret rares. It gets out of the game. So we're not going to see that anytime soon.
So smart there, you know, playing that Z battle card just to get those cards into your drop area so that you can have enough to fulfill that overwhelm cost. You have to warp 6 cards or more from your drop area. Such a smart play. And
Excuse me,
having the
my
Dark
lord.
Broly to answer the secret rare there was just so strong. And here we're just going to see swings for 15. The good news is, you know, that secret rare still did put a lot of tempo in Oliver's favor here.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically saying you're going to have to spend your entire turn just dealing with it.
Right, and one of the things that we just caught here is that Mega Frieza is reduced by 2 for every extra card in your energy and as well as your drop. But because Overwhelm gets rid of your
Cartoon
drop,
Goku,
it goes
yeah.
into your warp, which is a whole different other area of your field. You can't do it.
There we go. That's right.
Philip
Mecha
has
Frieza
3
Robotic
lives left.
Riposte is off the table for this turn
I
unless we
think
can find
Oliver
a way.
has
And I
8.
don't think we can, right? Because the power of the Super Saiyan is gone. So this is the exact turn Oliver is going to be able to pressure.
Yeah, if there's a time, it's gotta be now.
Yep.
And Oliver is definitely seeing that. It's a little bit of a bummer where his hand isn't insanely huge compared to a lot of these other blue decks, but Gamma has his energy as its hand, being able to play things from his energy. But it looks like we're grabbing it from our Z
Grabbing
deck,
our
which is
Beerus Z card, such a strong card, and are we?
Kind of the
We're
same thing.
automatically going to use its effect. That way, it can't get Final Flash or Release from Evil. Removing one of our opponent's cards, ignoring Barrier, and this gains dual attack now. So
Yeah.
it can attack twice. Each time it attacks, it gets +5
Broly
power.
too. These people are using
He's choosing not to.
ridiculous
Again, he doesn't want to attack into something like Release
There's a
from Evil or
Beerus.
Final Flash. You need to protect this Beerus. I will say that Beast Gohan just put Oliver in such a better position. I felt like, you know, we were almost close to losing the game, and because of Beast Gohan, here we are, you know?
Yeah, and that's just knowing to utilize it for tempo to swing the game back in my favor.
Ooh,
and
that
now
Gohan looks
Philip is on the back foot.
beautiful.
You know, I'm at a healthy 6 life. My hand is manageable. I have ways to deal with things. Now Philip is in a position where he can't let anything through.
Here we go, another 14. We're going to have to discard a card to pay the cost, and our Floodgate effect is going to activate. You cannot attack without discarding 2 now, unless Philip has an answer in the form of a tyrannical blow, and
There
there
it
it
is.
is.
Never not have
He
it, baby.
does.
There it is.
Yeah,
we
but
see one in his energy and one in the drop now.
This is kind of like, whatever, though, because you only
Right.
have one more energy to play with.
Right.
You got the Unison out, which is going to be swinging. You already used the +1 to draw, so effectively, it is not too much of a
Yeah,
huge
it's
tempo swing.
Oliver's constantly putting Philip in a position where he's like, going into my turn, you're only gonna have one.
Yeah.
And if I can deal with that riposte, or if I can just swing through it, I'm gonna put myself in a good position. So that is incredibly annoying.
Here we go. We got the token attacking now. The 10K token attacking the 14, having to combo over 15. Oliver just letting it go. Probably not worth protecting.
We can't hear him, but he said, you can have it.
Yeah.
All right, so 15 minutes left on the clock here. We have Oliver Simmons, the European champion, sitting at 6 life versus Philip Tarpini's 3 life here going into his turn.
Wow. Think about it. Less than 20 minutes. One of these guys is going to be a champion. Think
Oof.
about that. They're probably thinking about that right now.
Right.
Hearts raising.
Mecha Freezer Robotic Riposte is online again. There are now 2 extra cards in the energy, which will reduce it down to 1.
Versus Philip Tarpini.
We're going to go player 18, leader effect, 18 effect.
Yeah.
So it ramped a Unison. That might be a card you want to keep in your energy. You can actually play that from your energy.
Correct.
And it,
But-
no,
So many,
it's
yep,
not-
so many
I'd rather
guys.
not.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
rather
all
not.
on.
No.
Yeah, it looks like it's going back into the deck, getting shuffled. I don't think I want that right now.
I cannot blame him there. The Cell is such a powerful card, especially if your opponent is tapped out.
And at 3, which, again, 1 energy open, might be a Mecha Frieza, might be another negate. Which, hey, okay,
There we
I'll
go.
trade you cards. I'll
He's
swing
just
with
going
the Cell.
right into it. Leader effect first, ramping the Majin Buu. Now Cell gets rid of the token. It gets rid of all battle cards. Right now, that's only
Yeah.
a token, and we're going to swing at the Unison, it looks like.
Yep.
If we see a Robotic Riposte here, he's going to have to bottom deck a card from his hand. Really, right now, what you want is a release from Evil.
Yep, could potentially discard a card from hand. There's a lot of decisions here on, how valuable is this use. And we saw how much work it put in, so there could be a world in which you try to defend it. Time Magic has been the go-to solution here for Philip in terms of dealing with the Cell. We'll see if we found it again. No, just the
Yeah,
riposte this time.
Just a Riposte. He's going to have to bottom deck a card from hand.
Slowly dwindling that hand.
There you go. And Cell still being able to attack. All he has to do is, rest this 14 or this 18 or even the leader. Again, you don't really want to swing with the leader because release from Evil exists.
I would probably just rest the leader and swing with the, with anything, really.
Yeah. The Cell, the big one.
Yeah.
The 30K dual attack double strike. Now he seems to be choosing not to. Again, Yellow is very good at KOing cards in rest mode. If you don't put your cards in rest mode, it can be hard for Yellow to KO your cards. Dark Broly Overrealm is already gone. There's nowhere near enough cards in drop to get to another Overrealm, even if he plays it. So wanting to just save the Cell for next turn. And we're going to go 15. Are we just going to see another Floodgate here?
I think there's something to say to kind of do a heat check with the 18 critical, because you don't really lose anything. It's just a 15K attacker.
Right.
So we do see Oliver going down to 5 here, and now utilizing the combo to stay up at that 5 health total.
Probably really liking his hand if he's comboing something off his battlefield.
Going down to 4. Super combos now live for Oliver. Oh, man. So much energy on the yellow side. What are we going to see?
It's a little scary. It's a little scary.
Frieza here.
Yeah,
there
There's
it
a
is.
divine transformation. And again, you do not really want to negate this. He's going to be able to tap 2 of your energy and prevent it from switching to active mode in the charge phase.
Yep, and Blue not having any real way to be able to deal with this. This is not going to be on board the entire
There we
turn.
go, yeah.
So this is what Philip's going to need to turn the tide of this battle.
There we go. With super combos live, it's probably better to just combo out than negate it. You want the maximum amount of energy next turn in order to make the maximum amount of plays. Your opponent is at 3 life. Look at your board. You have a lot of pressure. You even have the Beerus. You have the Cell, a critical 18. So much pressure already in play.
Yeah, 100%, especially since your opponent's now 1 energy. You can counter their riposte if Philip's holding up another one. So, again, swung the tempo. Now, like you said, made the smart play of holding those cards up so that they can't be removed. And now he has an incredible board of double strikers, dual attackers to be able to kind of push it and get those last 3.
You could easily get more out, too.
Yep. And again, is he going to attack with the cell first? Again, attacking with cell first.
Oh,
If your
where
opponent
does,
has a floodgate,
well,
they'd have to
well,
bottom
the
deck a
most
card from the hand.
unadventing game yet.
Exactly
Yeah,
what's going to
you're
happen,
right.
I think, here.
We get legends in a
Looks like we're
few,
just
in a few.
going after
I
Unison,
hope.
and we're going to block.
This has
Interesting.
about 10 minutes
Okay.
left. So.
30 to 25.
And we're going to see a Krillin moments before comeback.
Yep, of course, Frieza does not have protection from combat. So we'll have to combo out of it to keep it on board, which you need to do as Philip, because without that Frieza, it will very potentially escape you.
And we're going to continue to go after that Unison. As annoying as that bottom deck one, here we're going to see the counterplay.
Yeah, there's the riposte.
There's a riposte. We're going to see a desperate measure as we're going to bounce that robotic riposte back to your hand.
Wow, that's a card that's a tech. I love that card. Because the cost of the riposte will go down to 1, meaning that is within range of the desperate measures. Now we have Philip, who is fully rested down, and it is full reign here for Oliver to be able to push in as much damage as he can.
Okay, we're going to go swing crit into lead.
Yeah, I mean, this Beerus is getting a little scary, too, because it gets 5K every swing, which technically, in all, with 2 more energy being tapped down, you're going to get 2 more swings.
I think we see 2 release from Evils are gone. Is there going to be a third one here?
I think we may see one.
Oh, looks like we're
okay.
just comboing out. Activate Beerus effect.
Here it is. Here it is.
Untap it.
Look at that flit.
There we go. Get rid of one of our opponent's battle cards, and it gains dual attack. So now it's going to attack for 20k.
There we go.
Dwindling down our opponent's hand, and Oliver's still sitting pretty for life, knowing that he can apply a ton of pressure here. This is the opening, but even if it doesn't break through, still comfortable. There's still going to be a lot of back and forth.
Yep, there we go. Another Krillin down.
Yeah, that's a second super combo, right?
That is the second one we've seen. You know what's interesting is that he's not putting these cards in his Z energy. I wonder if he's trying to fuel an overrealm.
Yeah, it's possible he has another Dark Broly. He might be playing 2, I'm not sure, but doesn't need too many.
Super combo swing for 30. A healthy 35.
35, that's a huge number. With 2 super combos down, is he going to be able to get out of this attack? That's just so much. Maybe with his own super combo. His super combo / secret rare. The yellow deck has a unique card because it counts as both.
I mean, this is only 1 damage out of the 3 life that Philip has, so we're going to have to find another way to get some double strike in, or at least a few more attacks.
There we go. All right, that's a start. That's the third
Hey,
Krillin,
Ken,
so there are no more Krillins in the
welcome,
deck. The last
man.
super combo
Thank
Philip
you for
has
showing
is going
up.
to be the Gohan Piccolo.
Yo,
Again,
I got you
it
tagged, my
doubles
friend.
as
Thank
a
you
super combo
so
and a
much.
secret rare. Wow, getting rid of a ton of cards out of his hand here.
I got about 7
Really,
ads
really
when I
good.
went
Only
to
a
go
few
say
cards,
thank
maybe
you, so I
2.
had to come back to my streaming.
Again, this is where it comes down to less than 10 minutes
Thank
in
you,
the
Ken.
match.
I'm still trying to
See
figure
the
something out on my
leaders
side.
Thinking about it. We're
He's
thinking
thinking
about it.
He's like,
he has enough energy up to not automatically lose to release from you.
yeah, that's the first thing you
Such a
notice. Not
risky
the cards,
play.
the
He
legs.
does not want to make it.
Okay.
Looks like we're just going to get the 17 out.
Oh, that's a good one.
There we go, charging the cell. Looking at the top 5 to find another android. We see, it looks like a 17 defending friend. If he needs a floodgate, he can go ahead and grab that one. Having a floodgate, he can pick that up at the end of the turn and then have a floodgate in hand. That one's especially good because it only costs 1. And you don't have to discard a card to trigger it at all.
Yep, and we do have the Z energy to make sure that it will proc off its floodgate ability here. So depending on what Oliver does here, Philip may have been able to stray off the aggression that Oliver's been pushing out here.
How many cards are in Philip's hand? It just does not look like that many.
Yeah. 2.
Yeah, 2.
2.
There we go. It looks like we're actually going after the Unison now.
Which is interesting, but makes some sort of sense. The Unison requires 3, minus 3 in order to use its triple attack effect.
Yeah, we are only looking at 2 cards in Philip's hand here, so Oliver's sitting very healthy if he opts to just pass here, but no, looks like we will be playing a Z battle card.
There we go. The Jiren again, so good at getting rid of Unisons. We're going to choose itself, cannot be removed from the field this turn. Yep, and we're going to remove 2, and we're just going to
automatically takes away that triple attacking effect, and
We're
also
gonna need to
gives
see
you an option to get rid of it.
Sparking Time Magic going down to 2. That does protect that Unison. Again, Philip only having 2 cards in hand, Oliver having quite a few, and will be able to pick up 3 at the end of the turn here.
Yeah, I think this is absolutely huge. This Jiren, identifying that if there was any way Philip can kind of flip the tempo back to his side would be through the utilization of the ultimate ability on the Gohan. So getting rid of that, saying, it's fine, my leader ability is fine, you have 2 cards in hand, I'm out-advantaging you at this point. Now you need to find an out. There's a world in which the secret rare can kind of help you get there if Philip's able to see it, but it's a tight position, especially when you're sitting on 2 life.
All right, there we go. Philip drawing for turn, using Unison Effect, now going up to 4 cards in hand. Oliver at 4 life. We are going to just have to see something crazy here. Here comes 17 defending friends. Does Philip have an answer?
It's going to be a cooler. It's going to be the 1-cost counterplay, but with only 2 to 3 cards in hand, I doubt he has really anything to say against that.
Yeah, and now this floodgate explicitly says I'm only allowed to attack you 3 more times.
Yeah.
Based on Philip's hand, and if I want to do that, I need to make sure it's going to go for the win, because if not, I'm handless and basically handing you the game.
Have the Divine Transformation, resting 2 of his energy. We're going to play another card from our Z deck, another Goku. Looks like we're going to select the Beerus. Oh, no, sorry. Looks like we're going to select the Cell. It will not be able to attack again next turn, thanks to the Goku's effect.
Sure it's going to go for the win. Yeah, and you have the board control here. You're not going for
Am
game.
I yelling?
Your opponent's out advantage you in terms of hand. You just need to board control as much and see how much Oliver's
My
willing to
phone was
concede
being
to board
blocked,
control.
the sound
We
button.
have to bottom deck a card. There's so few cards already. We have to bottom deck a card here.
Yeah,
Just letting the Beerus die. He's just deciding it's not worth it.
Yeah, definitely a tough one here. It's becoming a circumstance where Oliver has a bigger hand than you, which I don't know how that happened.
Right.
And
well, he did not charge turn 1, so that's extra
I'm telling
advantage.
you,
That's extra
I'm
advantage.
telling you, the biggest brain that we've seen
That
today.
is one more card that Oliver has in his hand. There we go, protecting the Jiren. Knowing he can make that Jiren a double strike again. When your opponent is only at 2 life, you probably want some double strikes.
All right.
Here we go. With 3 minutes left on the clock, Oliver is moving in.
Yeah, Oliver's got everything going. He's got the board presence. He's got the life totals. Philip's got 3. So he does have defensive options available. The Riposte can do some amount of work, but there's a lot of opportunity here for Oliver to just fight through it.
Here we go. We're going to start it off just by attacking, and we bounced it last turn. We have to deal with it again this turn. But what's cool is we have this nice little 17 defending friends that we don't mind resting. We have our leader that we don't mind resting.
Yeah, we have options for sure.
Again, he got a Cell with the 17 last turn, so this might be a good time to play the Cell. Looks like he's going to attack with his critical 18 first.
Critical's a good one.
Resting the defending. Are we going to see another Frieza? We did see game 1 back-to-back Mecha Friezas.
Even then he got through.
Even then he did get through them.
All right, so we'll see what threats. Oliver not having a bunch of bombs in his hand, so it's really about the current board state.
25k crit using that super combo. 25k crit. It's so hard to get out of with only 2 cards in hand. Again, all the Krillins are gone.
And that's not going to go to hand. So you know that if Philip takes this, you have an opening to do the same thing again and be able to go through it.
Oh, this is tough.
There we go. Going down to 1 life.
This could be it. This could be the deciding play here for the World Championship Finals.
Less than 3 minutes. Our champion from Europe, Oliver, trying to go for the final attack of the World Championship.
Paying 2. What are we going to play? All right, something from our Z deck.
And of course, always having access to that Z deck, the most powerful cards in our deck, we will see another Beerus.
Playing another Beerus, using the effect. Sending one of our energy to the drop mode to rest one of our cards, and that is good. It's going to be a little harder to attack now, because again, we have to pay the cost for the robotic riposte. Again, Philip only had 2 cards in hand. It's going to be hard to protect. At 1 life, are we going to see?
Okay, so we see the swing with the leader.
There's one of those cards was time magic.
There's the time magic that will deal with the Beerus.
There we go.
Beerus will not be able to restand.
That's a tough one.
Oliver needs 1 card in hand.
Jiren,
Oliver needs to find something to play in order to rest it. You cannot rest a barrier card. All he has, it looks like it's a little crowded. It looks like he has
a Unison.
A Unison?
Yeah.
Unison would have been good here with that Mecha Frieza not affecting it.
Yeah. But there is still combo on Philip's board. The battle cards are still comboable, so there is the riposte that's still just kind of chilling there, being able to be bounced out. So we'll have to see what the response is. We will pay the 2. Looks.
Oliver just using the effect of the Beerus. That's fine.
Just a little surprising.
Getting rid of board presence, knowing that Philip doesn't have a big hand. You know, maybe you have to mitigate for the next turn. 1 life for Philip Tarpini.
Philip going to 2. Oliver ending his turn, and there's 30 seconds left on the clock.
All right, so Philip being able to stray off the offense. There will be a 5-minute extension here when they go into overtime, but Oliver is still up. If we go into tiebreakers, the player with the highest life here will be able to take it in time. So Philip is going to have to find a way out, and he does have a good number of the right battle cards on board. If he's able to draw into the secret rare, there is a world in which he's able to push through here.
There we go, and we're just going to attack Oliver, adding the floodgate back to his hand. We see another 17 defending friends. This is going to trigger if Philip does not have an answer. With so few cards in hand, does he have the cooler? He does not. He said it was fine. Little thumbs up there.
Yep. His hand only looks like about 3 or 4 cards, which every swing, with the battle card that is.
Here we go. Now freezes
one
effect, resting the last energy, having to deal 4 damage through this floodgate. We're going to start with this double strike here.
It's a good idea with the time rules.
Yep. Pay cost.
The benefit here being that even if Oliver goes to 2, he's still above on life total and gets 2 additional cards.
Correct.
Oh, and the secret rare.
Oh
Secret
my
rare.
God.
If
This
there's-
is exactly what he needed to swing things his
There
way.
we go. If there's any card here
Yeah, he
that's going to
does
make
need
an
to
impact, it's this
Jesus
one.
Christ,
Gohan
I was
Piccolo
putting out
coming
Frieza.
out. That card combos
thought
for
Philip-
30K,
Philip
making that
lost, right?
Divine Transformation 55, an actually absolutely huge number.
It's gonna. I mean, he's gonna be able to draw cards on the swing, which are things he's gonna need to be
Dude,
able
what do
to
you
push
mean?
through
The
it.
time's up.
So we'll have to see.
Here we go, and is it a cost? You got to keep
Oh, Piccolo and
decking
Gohan.
cards.
But he did have to pay the cost before the swing and trigger of the auto.
Yes,
That's correct,
he does.
yeah.
He does. He
Yeah.
does. Which it does draw you a card,
Here
right?
we go,
So-
40K. Are we going to see a negate? No, no Champa.
Okay, we're both 1 on life here.
Oh boy.
And again,
Oh, it's when the
luckily
life
this
goes up,
unison
not when the time goes up.
cannot neg 3. Well,
Excuse me.
luckily for Oliver, at least.
Yeah, but we have 1 more swing available on
What
board.
are we going to see here? Play a trumps, draw a card.
Cards are
If
cards.
Gonna
you
try to
guys
generate
are
as much
enjoying
advantage as we
the
can.
live,
Oliver having just a few more
hit that
cards in
subscribe
hand.
button.
All super
Hit that
combos gone.
notification bell
This is
so
coming
you know
down to
when
the
I go live,
absolute
so
wire.
you know
I think
when
we're going to see
I
one
put out
final
videos.
attack.
Yep, this will
The
be the
King
deciding
Games
turn on which
has
player
now
ends up
leave the
becoming
King
the
Games,
world
our
champion.
channel.
Black
Black
Smoke
Smoke
drawn
draws
additional
2
2 cards.
He's
Whoa,
getting ready.
wow. We
He's
hit
getting
now
ready
over
for his
70
hand so
subs.
we can combo into
Much
the
love,
last
man.
attack.
Another
Power!
No way.
And that's
Philip Tarpini is your champion!
2022 Dragon Ball Super Card Game
Lisa, I win. I bet it.
Philip Tarpini from Italy. That is insane.
God!
Playing the Gohan to get the Empower so that you can neg
Lisa, Oliver's
3
gonna
off
win.
of the Gohan, making it a
Philip
triple attack,
wins.
25K. There's no
Did
way
Philip
you
win?
can get out of that power.
Oliver
right?
forcing him down into a position saying, I'm going to be the temple player. I'm going to flip it up from the start of the game, pushing him down to 1 life, and Philip masterfully
Let's go.
crafting his hand of 2 cards to be able to draw into a hand of 5, into the secret rare, into the 4 damage
There
he
we
needed
go,
to
Philip
make him out to
standing
be the
up. Look
at him.
champion.
Yeah, that was insane. I thought we were in
Wow.
the craziest timeline with
Absolutely.
no charge in a world championship. No North American players in the finals this time
Yeah.
around.
Here we go.
And yet we
Should have
have
all the legends
Philip,
now. I
a
hope-
brand new world champion player, competitor, and absolutely amazingly
I know it's
skilled.
taking forever. I'm sorry.
Saying at the beginning of top 8, he lied to all of us. He said, I'm coming here to have fun. I want to gain the experience. And he lied.
He said, I didn't want to do
There's
it.
nothing more
He
fun
said,
than
no,
winning.
I'm not trying to win.
More fun.
Who's trying to win over here?
It is now time for the awards ceremony, which we held over on the main stage. So, players, you could please make your way on over. But, gentlemen, I have to say, what an amazing top 8. We were represented by half the pool being American players, and then Europe and
Lucky.
Asia came together, said not today, eliminated all of them into top 8, fought in the top 4 for a European final here in which the Italian winner took it all. What an absolutely amazing weekend. I had an absolute blast.
Yeah, I had a really good time. I appreciate everybody who was watching on the live stream and as well as in the venue. If you knew what was going on, or if you're a veteran out there in the back cheering for everybody in these participants, I'm just so happy to be here and with my buddies Giancarlo and as well as George having some good times.
What an experience to be here in beautiful and hot Las Vegas at the Dragon Ball Super Games Battle Hour. This has been so insane to watch these high-level games on multiple platforms. We have the fighting game, we have the Dragon Ball Legends, and we have our own card game with our own community. It has been absolutely beautiful being here, and we just saw some of the best games of Dragon Ball that I've seen in my entire life.
Yeah, what a crazy timeline we're in. What a crazy timeline. I am so happy to be here. But yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah,
thank you guys
absolutely.
for being here.
Thank you, everybody. This has been your casting team, myself, Aspira, Brian Brown, and Giancarlo again. Also, thank you to our other co-casts throughout the top 8, the judges and the staff of everybody. So huge shout out to Eggman and Richard Zappin. We'll be passing it off to everyone on the main stage now for the awards ceremony. Thank you, everybody, and congratulations again to all our players and our new world champion.
No, it's not over. Relax. They're just doing it for the card game.
Wow, what an amazing decider that was. One
you guys
more round of
join my
applause
Discord.
for that match. And now it's time to begin the award ceremony. So please help me welcome producer Kawashima, our presenter, up to the stage.
Fighter Z, really? You're leaving me? No!
All right, and our top 8 runner-ups. First off, Justin Rios.
Legends is last.
Andrew Duvall. Marcus Cantarsi.
Lucy, you still there?
Robert Ricci.
I'm sorry it's taking so long. I can't speed it up. But I did say today's stream is literally mainly about this. You might want to stay by though because it could be coming soon.
And in fourth, Wang Po-an. And in third, Antoine Edu. In second place, our runner-up, Oliver Simmons. Finally, here is our champion, Philip Tarpini. Oh, go to the front, to the center. Congratulations, you are the Dragon Ball Super Card Game 23 World Champion.
Congratulations. Woo! Yeah. Congratulations to the
Tell us what's
Dragon
going through
Ball
your mind
Card
right
Game
now.
champion.
I even don't know what to say. I mean, I'm happy. I come here to play, to have fun for the experience, and then I won, so cool.
Can't top that. Congratulations. So, producer Kawashima, what did you think of that match?
That was a very intense battle. Once again, congratulations on your stunning victory. And thanks to all the players for those amazing matches.
And Kawashima-san, I heard you brought something with you from Japan to share with us.
Yeah, that's right. We announced the digital version of the Dragon Ball Super card game in December, and today I have some more information about that. Check this out.
Let's go! I seen something about this in December when we were doing the live thing. Okay.
Step up to a new stage of the digital world.
What? Hey, Lisa, you want to play the
Go
game
up
now?
against powerful opponents from
No.
around the globe.
Why does it look like that?
Same rules as standard Dragon Ball Super card game. Experience the exhilaration of card battle. With countless card effects that make it more exciting than ever.
That's actually pretty cool.
The strategy is infinite. Face off with your own ultimately powerful
That's
tech.
actually really cool. I will definitely be playing this on stream. This will be fun. Look at that!
Super realistic.
Throw off Whis as a counter. Did he come out too?
Mind-blowing excitement.
Oh, I thought you left. That looks so cool! Zamasu!
This Dragon Ball Super card game takes you beyond.
Let's go!
Experience the ultimate in card battle.
Let's go!
Dragon Ball Super card game. The pinnacle of strategy. Ascend.
Why am I doing this?
Closed beta testing March 25th and 26th, 2023. Check the official Dragon Ball Super card game website for details.
I want to do the beta.
I would like it. Most of the details are still under wrap, but we plan to implement the kind of system and the future players expect from a digital card game, including online battle modes, a new rank match system, and a way to participate in tournaments. Please look forward to
Before
our
we
next
get to reviews
update.
and stuff on Legends right now,
That sounds
you
great,
really have to go through the final
Kawashima-san.
battle. They still haven't done that.
And players can sign up for the closed beta test starting today.
Correct. Toward the end of March, we will be holding closer beta testing where players can actually play matches. Registration will begin from 5 p.m. Pacific time, so we hope you'll apply. Check the Dragon Ball Super card game official website for more details.
Thank you very much for sharing that with us. And finally, we'd like to share one last trailer to see what's coming up for the physical and digital versions of the game. We hope everyone gives it a shot. Dragon Ball Super card game.
Okay. It's not that bad. It's pretty cool.
Awesome stuff. Give it up.
The hell? Oh, it's time. It's time. Oh my God, only in China. I'm not looking at it. Yep, but I think it's that time for the finals of Dragon Ball Legends and the reveal of the brand new character. I wonder who it's going to be. Dragon? Damn, she can paint though. Why is she painting like that? Why is she painting that? Two hours later, yeah. It looks pretty cool to me. Besides my eyes hurting majority of the time. Oh my God. Let's look at the comment section. I'm kidding too. Whoa, what? Who was treating physics tough for nope. Yeah, she is. I don't understand what's happening. She's painting, but why'd she paint like that? Where's the D? Where's the D? Oh my God! Dragon Ball Legend. I can't pronounce it.
And how about that performance from pro calligraphy artist Sora? Let's give it up.
Look at Toshi's face. You know he's happy.
Thank you so much. But now, it's finally time for the Dragon Ball Legends Special Pick Tournament Finals. And for our two finalists to return to the stage. First up, we got Kuro Toki. And up next, coming to the stage, his opponent, Kid Joe YT.
Two out of 10. Yes, bro. So if we're still here, they're now doing Legends.
All right, guys. You know what it is. It's time to take your positions. Get ready for that special pick.
Of course.
How you guys doing, man?
Fantastic.
I feel like it's been forever since we got up here.
In a minute.
Been quite a minute. Once again, commentary.
We hit
brought
72
to you
subs
by
about
me,
an hour
Hell
ago.
Pockets,
And me, Rip.
Dynamite. Plus, we got one special
Man,
guest
I'm
here in the house
excited,
for us.
man.
Give it up for Dragon Ball Legends producer Toshi.
Thank you. My name is Toshi. I'm the producer of Dragon Ball Legends, and really glad to be here and see all the Dragon fans,
Bro,
all
so
fans
you're one of those
all over
guys
the world.
that stuck
and
around
really
since the
excited
beginning,
to have
actually.
the finals.
But when I made my
Also,
in Discord, when I first added you from there, you
by
just
Sora,
you've been there, man.
as many of you might have
Thank you, everybody.
guessed, Dragon Ball Legends.
We hit 72 subs on YouTube. Our goal is 80
already.
now.
Art style is already very unique, especially
And if you're new to the channel,
and the title kind of
hit that like
makes that
button, hit the
obvious as
subscribe
well.
button, hit
Yes, so
the
we kinda wanted to
notification bell
push
to
that
know when I go
forward,
live.
make it blatant. So if
You
you
know,
really
all
like
that
our
good
theme,
stuff.
No, it
Thank
was
you
wonderful.
all.
Enjoyed
Man,
every minute of it.
It really means a lot.
And we're going to be bringing you this tremendous clash, guys. That's all I've been watching. We've been watching these guys for the last 2 days. And trust me, guys, if you like
We
combat,
got two of the
something
best
special, both
Dragon
these
Ball
gentlemen
players around the
are
world
absolutely
going
top
head to
class
head.
is what they do. And the three of us are going
You
to
can't
bring
forget about
both
Garesh.
low
Garesh is not in
analysis
the challenge,
to
so
you
I don't
for
know.
this last match of the tournament. But let's get an overview of that tournament while we're at it.
For sure. Just overview, of course. Today's final tournament, the 8 players that came out on top from the pools in day 1. We had a Swiss pool format, right? And they had to play as many games as they could, and the one that won the most basically made it out of the pool. So the top 2 out of each of those made it
Yeah,
on
but that's
to
when I
day
hit it,
2,
I
where we
think
had
an
our
hour ago, Joseph.
quarterfinals. The first player to win a round was declared the victor of that match.
Did
and
you
of course,
see
all
the
matches
new
in the
Joseph?
quarterfinals,
Did you see the
semifinals,
new
and the finals have been
Dragon
presented
Ball
on
Z
the stage.
Budokai Tenkaichi
And right
game
now, we
that's
have
coming
made our
out?
way
They
to the
announced it
grand
about an hour or
finals.
two ago.
Grand finals, man.
An hour ago,
About it
actually.
earlier today.
When I got my hit my
Pressure
72
mounting
subs,
up. You probably
and then they
started
started
out
singing.
yesterday.
And I
Not
started
so much
singing
pressure.
along with
You
them.
had a couple times to strut your stuff, prove your thing. Today, it became one and done situations. Started out with quarterfinals. Already pretty back-breaking pressure there. You make it to semifinals. Now everybody's watching you. You got to put up or shut up. Now we're at the finals. Most important day of your life.
This is it.
Do they have it? And which one has more?
Exactly. Let's talk about the special pick rule, right? Because, of course, this is the huge factor here in the Dragon Ball Legends Special Pick Tournament. First of all, the player who's going to be first will be selected at random. And what's going to happen is the player going first gets to pick one character to add to their party and one character to give to their opponent from 3 randomly selected characters. Then the second player will get to do the same exact thing. They pick one character for themselves and one for their opponent from 3 new randomly selected characters. Both players will keep doing this back and forth until we have 6 on each side to complete their party.
Couldn't make it any more stressful, could you?
Yeah. I've mentioned this before earlier, and I've told you guys this yesterday as well. This rule was intentionally designed to be, you know what, yeah, let's say it, stressful in that sense. But at the end of the day, we feel like this experience, especially the players have been going through, is very unique. Not something you can exactly enjoy specifically just by playing our Dragon Ball Legends game. This is very unique to the tournament in and of itself. And also, we even made it more stressful by making it just single elimination as well.
Whew, man. I don't want to play for you, man. Oh, jeez.
No, we wanted to make sure that everybody could see all sorts of characters. And at the end of the day, this is going to be a fun game for all involved where you can prove your worth with your player skill and also maybe prove your worth through the luck of the draw as well.
Well, I think that both of these gentlemen over there definitely proved their worth and luck. Both of them coming against nearly impossible odds because you set it up that way. And Kurotoki specifically looking super solid. Kid Joe YT just looking like unstoppable. Even when his back's up against the wall, he finds a way.
It seems like no matter what
Guys, I'm
character
thinking it's
players
gonna be
end up
Ultra
with,
Gohan.
it's always amazing.
Ultra, like
right
an
now, we're in
Ultra
for a
Future
treat here
Gohan.
because honestly, this grand finals, these players, regardless of the
People
team
won't be
they end
happy
up
if
with,
that's it.
they have been
And if
top
it's not a
class.
Goku Black or Vegeta Blue.
I agree, man. I've definitely learned a lot just from watching both of these guys play. Not that I can apply it at all because when it comes down to it, man, dexterity, timing, knowledge, all those things need to come together all at once. I may not have it, but dang it, if both those guys got it in spades, you're in for a treat, ladies and gentlemen.
And Toshi, really quick, describe the genre of this game again to us, because it's not just a card game.
No, it is not. We'd like to think of it as a sort of real-time card action game with, something that you can experience with just one finger. And This game is real time, so all players' inputs will be reflected the moment you do it. At the same time, each of those cards that gets drawn in is basically tied to the timer. It goes little by little at a stable rate, so it doesn't mean that other players will have more cards than you, not necessarily, but you have to work with what you have in your hands in that limited resource. So it's not just a simple action game in the sense that you have both the same set of controls, but each character has their own unique set of abilities that greatly influences the outcome of the battle.
Exactly. And in the real-time battle, really quickly, you can actually still move forward and backward. You actually have your evasion as well, your banish as well. So in addition to those cards, there's all these real-time factors you have to take into consideration.
Almost certainly. We saw some of that earlier on in top 8, where you saw some green cards would just freeze the screen, giving the player an opportunity to react to what the opponent was doing. But then there were some green cards that just turned into bombs, you know?
Exactly.
So it became a heavy commitment. So it's not a one-size-fits-all situation.
And you have to know that every individual character has those different effects and abilities. So sometimes you might be used to playing certain set of characters, and then in this situation, you're forced to play with characters you might have never even seen in an actual PvP environment.
And that's very common, because how many characters are in this game? Too many to count.
Yep, and we have a set of pools available for both players that will be randomly selected, and that might, greatly influence the outcome, or it might just come to the skills that each player has.
I mean, I feel like influencing the outcome has been the entire point of the special pick rule, but at the same time, it hasn't been the storyteller entirely. There's been some special picks where one player ended up with like an unbeatable hand, and we ain't seen them anymore.
Here we go with the talking stuff
we
again.
saw some players, specialize in Frieza, for example.
Are we gonna go into the battles
didn't
or
get a
what,
Frieza
people?
in their last matchup, but now they're not here because it is single elimination, best of one format.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, that one round will decide it all. And, you might have situations where some player might draw like some of the newest characters, and then there are other cases where you just can't see the outcome just by looking at the characters. So I'm personally really looking forward to what's going to happen.
Oh, me too, man. I think those guys can't wait either. They're over standing there looking like they're getting a little nervous. We're really cooking them, aren't we, man? We're really cooking the moment for this.
Yeah, another big thing about this is Dragon Ball Legends, really doesn't have a sort of championship kind of event where we go from state to state or build up towards a big bang of sorts. So this is really a one and done kind of deal where we gather people that were interested, that were fans of the game. We ended up getting lots of veterans, lots of heated fans. Really appreciated that. But these guys aren't really, used to these kind of settings. So I'm really appreciative of the fact that they're just coming here, participating in this event and standing under the spotlight.
It's definitely hot over there, but I think it's time, Rip.
It's time. Let's go to the special pick. This is, of course, the moment where these players will decide who is on their team and what their party will be for themselves and their opponent.
All right, starting off, red side is Kurotoki, blue side is Kid Joe YT. So the first red player must decide their own character, and then after that, immediately choose a character to push towards the opponent's party.
Exactly, and 3 characters that were randomly selected for this is going to be Pikkon, Goku Black Zenkai, and Super Saiyan Gotenks.
Well, I have a personal pick out of this, but, if I say it, it would be a bit unfair.
I was about to say, that might sound like a little bit of favoritism that I might use against the other player. Okay, we're going with Goku Black.
That's what I would have picked. Is that what you would have picked?
Yes.
All right.
All right, man.
Was it because of the Zenkai ability?
Yes.
All right, that's what I figured.
Sensing the theme here.
It is pretty big, considering how that in and of itself is already a boost for the characters.
But it's entirely possible that you could have a round of picks that have absolutely no Zenkai.
If he wants to counter, he better go.
All right.
The new characters come after the finals is over.
But some of the newer characters, yes, that's
what I would have picked too. Yeah, yes. We saw her do some work, because it's a tag team.
Yes.
We saw them do some work earlier, and the damage was insurmountable.
Ooh, the Vegeta is going to be perfect.
So you can't switch around, but those two characters are pretty crazy when you let them go drive.
He buffed Super Saiyan, he might be able to get a Super Saiyan.
Damage for days. You see Kurotoki definitely taking his time here.
Yep.
No need to rush. He's still got 28 seconds left on the clock.
And this is generally what we've seen, right? Kurotoki likes to take his time here, decide exactly who he wants and who he wants his opponent to have. Meanwhile, Kid Joe YT's like, I don't care. Bing, bang, boom, real quick.
I know what I'm doing.
He's like, I like everything I see on the table. All right, going with the Super Vegeta.
Another Zenkai character.
Ooh, interesting.
Seems to be going for a thing here. I like it.
Smart dude. That dude is smart as all hell.
Picks the boost.
Vados.
Party.
Now looks like we got Super Saiyan from teenager version to choose from.
Yes. Oh, two Trunks. Yes, two of them. Different variations. And Vados, which is a very, very powerful support character. Don't know how much synergy she would have with the characters that Kid Joe has on the party, but we'll see.
I wonder if there's a tag for Universe 6, because then possibly her, Kale, and Cauliflower could have some kind of synergy there.
Could be.
In that sense, yes, they do stack up a bit. You've also got the leader slot to think about, where you can pick that one character to receive all the Z abilities, regardless of it being
Oh boy.
normally or not.
Oh my God.
Mecha Frieza, I think we saw him earlier.
Yeah,
Mecha Frieza.
Definitely did some work.
Have you guys seen Launch in play yet?
Not yet.
No.
Because some of the animations that she has is pretty unique and hilarious to look at too.
I've been noticing that there's some characters in this game that do fit the mold of being a little bit more expressive in personality, and I like what you guys did with that.
Yeah, especially considering how not every character can technically shoot.
Wait, Lisa and everyone else was
What does she shoot?
Did he say
Yeah,
Zenkai?
bullets. I mean, against a bunch of bulletproof
Team
people.
Trunks free to play?
Hey, I mean, it still hurts. It's
definitely. Oh no, for sure.
All right, Mecha Frieza has been chosen and pushes Boo to be on the opponent team.
Broly.
There's a perfect cell. We've been seeing a lot of those today.
It doesn't matter which variation it is; they are all very powerful.
They seem to have a consistent problem. Be a consistent problem for the opponent. Yes.
And this is, of course, the last selection here. So very important pick here for Kid Joe YT before he decides on his opponent's last character as well. And all characters pretty good here on the board.
I feel like this is a pretty hard pick.
You don't even need to play them necessarily out of the breed that you bring into the field. They can have useful Z abilities that buffs the entire party, because those are pretty rare to find in this combination, where sometimes no synergy can happen, due to luck.
Most certainly. I mean, I could see the pick for hit. Oh, we're going with the Broly one. There it is. Send and hit over.
Wow.
All right. So each of the parties has been decided. Not necessarily a theme that you can really find. Maybe you can see some of the female characters like Vados and Caulifla coming in play. You never
Those
know.
two Trunks are not Zenkai.
I think that's a popular.
The free-to-play one is a Zenkai, and neither is the other one.
Based heavily. I do tend
Not
to
yet.
see her more upfront in battle.
Which is why I
versus
said
back-game support.
it's weird.
And then you have the red party with, I wouldn't say a fully, but slightly, well, you see two characters with future tags. You have the Trunks and Goku Black, so you might see those in play and have a third character in the leader slot, maybe.
Yeah, I was going to say also maybe even the villain tag working for Kid Joe YT right now. Two blues right there, right?
And even on that blue side, you see there's also the element factor, right? There's more purples.
That is a lot of purples.
A lot of purple.
And then you're going up against 3 yellows, which is very painful, though.
You might be able to just put all those purples in the back, but I don't know. Maybe you do want one of those.
That's the Trunks thing got Zenkai.
Yeah, maybe. You might see the Vegeta baby come up in play, so having one purple might be very helpful in that scenario. I'm pretty sure everybody that plays two players right now, I'll be honest, they're looking through the characters and making sure they know what the abilities each of these characters have, because even I need my time for that as well.
Yeah, most certainly. That this game allows you to do, if you're not quite sure what your team does, they definitely have the information available to you just by the click of the button.
And you might even find out that even though some of the text details might not ring a bell for you, once you try using it, it's a lot smoother. It might actually bring out a lot more beef into the battle than you can expect.
Yeah, I was wondering, though, like how many people this weekend probably just said, I don't really know what this means. I need to put it in practice. And we're like, wow, this is really good, you know?
I'm sure it's happened time and time again, because we've seen so many players go through their character's abilities here, and then you see them taking their time, like they're definitely not familiar with this one.
What do these words mean?
That's really interesting. And then they put them on the team, you go in the battle.
Oh, wait, this kid can do that?
Yeah, when you were talking about the Bergamo
earlier,
I was like, there's no way you actually mean that means what you say it means. But it did. And I'm like, you madman.
And then you have the silly ones where, it's story-oriented, where you probably, most likely, never going to be put in use, but it just sounds funny to have in there.
Oh, no, I love those. Yeah, just like those little nods to a little bit of lore there. The Yamcha baseball player thing you were telling us about earlier. I kind of want to see that happen.
I wish we got to see that one.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, the event that you acquire the Yamcha in is already unique. You got to hit the key back with the bat, so...
That's so wonderful.
Sounds perfect.
And every time you hit it back, you can see the opponent character saying, darn it.
That's great, man. But right now, they are over there building their decks, because it's not just about the special picks. It's about where these characters go and who's going to the battlefield, who's staying on the bench cheering with support.
Yeah, that's a great point here, right? Because obviously we saw the 6-man parties from both sides, but only 3 of them will be in battle, right? So right now they're deciding, first of all, they're assembling the team through the 500 characters they got to filter through. Then they pick their 6, then they pick their 3, right? That's going to be in battle.
Yeah, we did specifically ready up an account for this that has all the characters available, but we couldn't figure out a way to make it any easier to pick the characters.
Exactly.
So they got to filter out all the characters and find it and put it into the 6 slots.
I'll keep saying it though, that filter is magic, man. Like it definitely saved me like hours of just searching through the catalog, basically.
Yeah. It used to be so simple. Another thing that we'd like to think, we're doing well at is improving some of the quality of life things in Dragon Ball Legend.
Oh yeah, most certainly. The game I played this week, much different than the game I played back in 2019.
Yeah, I like to hope so. Yeah, it's been literally years. So.
Yeah, literally years, but the player base keeps growing, of course.
Yes, I really appreciate that. But interestingly enough, most of them are veterans of the game, so I'm pretty sure they all know, the mini skills that you have to be able to wield to hold the line in the PvP environment.
Oh yeah, definitely veterans of the game. We had a lot of guys here that literally told us they've been playing since the game came out. One guy said, been playing since before the game came out. I was a beta tester.
Testers.
They've been here for the long haul, man.
Really appreciate that. For all I know, I could have actually fought some of them back in the day.
Oh, most likely. Hopefully you won, obviously.
We'll see.
The hesitation there.
Gotta keep it honest. I have my butt handed to me constantly, so
it's all right. It's part of being an entertainer, man. That's why we're starting that YouTube channel.
Yeah,
only W's. Man. No one has to know about the L's.
All 3 of us in one channel. Dragon Ball Legends.
All right, man. They're definitely taking their time over there because this is a high-intensity situation. This is not just a casual fight. This is for that trophy.
Yeah, this is it. This is the grand finals right now, and I believe we're almost ready.
I think we are ready, man. Are you guys ready? All right.
Ready.
Thanks.
Let's get it on.
Let's go.
Here we go.
The
Grand finals
of the
Dragon Ball Legends special pick tournament. It's going to be Kurotoki going up against Kid Joe YT.
Can't wait, baby. Who's going on the squad, though?
All right, we got the Trunks in the leader slot as opposed to Caulifla and Kale Assist being in the leader slot. So most likely you'll definitely see those 2 characters in action because there's no reason to not put your favorite character on the leader slot.
They seem very effective the last couple times we saw them.
Currently, Kurotoki on the red side, Kid Joe YT on the blue side. Your perspective you're watching is actually the red side screen. That will be Kurotoki.
Making his final confirmations, making sure he understands what each of these characters do because, that one mistake could cost the match.
There's a lot of information on the screen right there, and you just want to make sure you understood everything perfectly, and at the very least, you know which character you were reading at the time, because I can tell you right now, I've definitely completed some stat boosts with the wrong character in the past, because there's just so much data to come.
There's a ton of data, but time winding down. You only have limited time to make those selections. 5 seconds to go here, and we are into the match. They are locked in, ready to go.
Let's go, baby.
All right, let's see what's going to happen now.
Kurotoki playing to win it all.
As is Kid Joe YT.
Kid Joe YT just playing to be playing.
He's playing to be champ right now. Here we go. Game on.
All right, yellow on yellow, so no.
Oh, black trade.
Yeah, he's got the elemental advantage there. That's doing a lot of damage. Oh, he's let the combo get off.
Yeah, beautiful vanish there. No time stoppage. Swaps out of Broly with the cover change.
Broly's just going to take that damage. Look, it's like a mosquito bite.
Oh, nice green. And that one is specifically a long-range green attack, so unless you're aware of it, you might not see it coming.
Is that something that's just designed to push somebody away, though?
Yeah, it starts with a combination, though.
Ah, good. Ooh. Uh-oh. Whiff.
Oh, nice tap stop. I still can't manage to do that, I overextend.
I feel like I do that every time, too. I'm like, how did you only get that, minimal amount of pressure? Yeah, we are masters, too, so that doesn't help. Oh, boy, here comes the big damage.
Oh, Goku Black is here to absorb it.
And both players are doing a good job right now, using cover change to swap out their characters in the last second to minimize the damage that their other characters are taking.
Each individual character does have their own individual health pool, so if you let them go to 0, you immediately lose that advantage of that one vanishing stage.
Okay, this damage is mounting up. Don't go for the Rising Rush. We want him out of there.
All right, what card is going to be chosen?
Kid Joe is actually winning this.
Gotta make sure we don't speak too early, or
Yeah,
else
hold
they
your
might hear
breath.
it.
I made the mistake a couple times yesterday. Oh!
And the Rising Rush goes through.
That is going to hurt. That is bad news for Kurotoki right now.
I think Kid Joe YT might draw first blood.
Yup.
Oh, baby.
One down.
All right,
He's left with two characters, one of them with really low health.
I was going to say, Super Vegeta's going to have to work overtime here.
Oh, perfect vanish.
And that vanish, the only way to avoid attacks, but you only can do it once before it's on
I
cooldown.
don't
You can
know.
swap characters to use another
He
vanish.
rushed, so he's a scaredy cat,
Otto's
man.
coming in with a
That's
lot
the
of
only
support
reason why.
abilities and
He
just
doesn't win.
annoying abilities for the opponent.
All right, right now, this is in Super Vegeta's favor, but he's on defense right now. He's not able to actually get any damage.
You know, these charge step combos right now from Kid Joe looking fantastic with that Broly.
Oh! Very close.
That was definitely a 50-50 situation, I feel.
Oh, we got charge step combos right back at you.
Yeah, man, that's what he wanted, just to get a little bit of offense so he can get that damage buff in his favor. Are we going to see a Rising Rush?
He had this
Oh, he goes
card.
for the unique.
Oh, but Kid Joe is totally okay with this. Switches to Vados. Most likely,
Yeah, I
Vados won't go down from it.
Oh, man, she's a tank.
Oh, nice dodge.
Beautiful vanish. Back to Goku Black now.
Oh, Kid Joe waited fantastically. And Goku Black is down.
That is very costly. Last chance here for Kurotoki.
Using the greens to look at the situation.
Final
Oh,
Black
my
Ball.
Lord.
Can still come back.
Still get that Rising Rush on deck
That's
to
it.
Kurotoki.
It's over.
They did not get a chance to do it. He has no more characters to switch out
That's
with.
it.
Oh,
This might be it.
I think that's over.
No YT.
Together, and what do you get? The strongest thing.
My Lord, guys. Did it deliver or what?
Yes.
Was delivered.
Kid Joe YT is your Dragon Ball Legends special pick tournament champion. And he gets
Kid
that
Joe
trophy.
only
man,
won because he got
he's
that
still
playing the
Rising
game
Rush.
right now.
He's still playing right now. We're doing a round two. Let's go.
Single elimination, meaning he won the entirety of day 2.
Best in the world.
And the special pick tournament? Yes.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. He showed up. He said, what did you want to do on day 2? He said, I just want to play. And boy, did he.
He meant he wins for all of it.
I know he wanted all of it, but
Yeah.
I just like that he just said he wanted to play.
New
Like,
character
wow.
incoming,
He's
guys.
humble.
Let's see what it
Very
is.
chill.
Can't wait.
Very chill dude.
Straight to the point. You've seen him pick as a special pick.
Oh, yeah, he was just like, I have no nonsense about this. I know exactly what I want. I know all these characters, and is now the champion. So that's what it'd be like sometimes.
Amazing play by both players, though.
Oh, yes. I thought that went exactly the way I expected it
It's
to. You had
alright.
a solid Kurotoki playing as solid as possible. Obviously doing the best with the hand that he was dealt. And you got Kid Joe YT, just slow and steady.
I think the biggest turning point probably was the first Rising Rush, which destroyed his
It's all
trunks,
good. All we need
unfortunately.
for now is the character.
Maybe
Congratulations
if,
to Kid.
if it was
Kid,
Goku Black,
Joe
Trunks
YT.
would probably still have a bit more health, so maybe a bit more leeway to move around. Color combination wasn't exactly in his favor as well.
Yeah, there was a couple of mismatches there. It happens, though.
Looking back throughout the entire weekend, though, you know, Kid Joe YT, this was all of his matches. You know, he was just so dominant throughout. Kurotoki, he played fantastic. He looked like somebody who was going to make it to the finals, but Kid Joe is just on another level.
I think so too. Like you see Kid Joe kind of just fight back from these positions of adversity, and like we've been talking about all weekend, ice water in his veins. Both of them had that, but I think maybe Kid Joe just had a little bit more, drank a little bit of that H2O just before he got up there, just to like buff up the veins a little bit.
Let's go.
Remain cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that got him the championship.
Happy for him, man. What do you think he's gonna do with that trophy, though?
Hopefully,
Pantry, baby. So when you get to be as big winners like me and Rip, sometimes you run out of shelf space for the trophies, so you got to put them in the pantry.
I can't blame you.
We ain't snackers anyway. We only eat W's.
Keep my W's in my trophy.
I would like to see that. A picture of that would be hilarious, though.
That would be pretty cool. Yeah. No, like he definitely earned it, and I can't wait for him to hoist that up there, get that photo op, and keep playing Dragon Ball Legends. Because you're only getting started, I imagine, with in terms of the content that comes out for the game.
500 more?
500 more. We have 4.5 years going on, and we still have a lot more in store for 2023 and beyond. So we're really looking forward to what we have in store for all the players all over the world. I'm hoping that the players here today that participated, not just day 2, day 1 included, in terms of the original pool, all enjoyed this interestingly unique and
7 hours we've
I'll
been live,
admit,
technically.
stressful special
It
big
better
rule.
be worth it.
You designed it specifically to be stressful. You know, you're putting people in positions where they're not in control. They're not in control of who they play, and they're not really in control of what their opponents do, because we've seen some of those special picks for the opponent kind of work out in the opponent's favor for some of those guys.
Exactly.
So it's like you're not really
In hindsight, though,
anything.
I am glad that we didn't force the players to blindfold themselves.
Oh, man. Some of those like beta ideas you were talking about sounded kind of fun, though.
Yeah, we had the blindfold, you had the upside down, you had ideas where the players would choose the opponent's parties, like the entire
party?
Oh, wow.
Oh, boy.
That
So-
could have been interesting.
That would have been interesting. Maybe one day another tournament of sort might be held, but we'll see. But in this set, I'd like to think that what we aim for, the experience that we wanted to provide for, is something that we managed to get, with the players being in a situation where they have to use characters that they're not familiar with, or they're forced to fight parties. That's literally unfair. We saw in one of the first matches of day 2 where they had to go against Android 17. That was pretty unfair, I'll admit.
It was pretty fun.
It was intentional on our end for that to happen.
What's coming?
It was intentional for that to happen to the young man, yes.
Yes.
Poor guy.
He made the most of it, though. Yeah, but you're right. We did see some, I don't say it was intentionally unintentional, because obviously 50% luck came into play with a lot of this, but it wasn't always a deciding factor.
Yes, exactly.
And I think that the deciding factor in the end of the day was the gameplay, and this really highlighted that. This really highlights Dragon Ball Legends gameplay and how far you can go with the knowledge and know-how, as well as a good deck.
Exactly. We'd like to think that the gameplay in terms of the actual controls is evolving as well, and hopefully one day we can even make it more hardcore maybe in the future.
Wow, no
But
kidding.
as of now, we're very comfortable with what experience is provided for Dragon Ball Legends for all the players all over the world, 70 million players. So,
No big deal.
no big deal.
Ball number.
Oh, man, I hope that all 70 million of those guys are watching right now, because there's definitely some knowledge being dropped on this stage, over there on that stage. Very impressed.
That's pretty interesting that you decided, or you just mentioned that you guys may actually go down a road where you might actually decide to add more hardcore features to the game.
So we obviously want to provide for this to be a ongoing live service, so maybe a spice or two in the future. We'll see.
All right, well, it's been fun with you guys, but it's now time to kick off today's awards ceremony. Don't look away, guys. It's going to be hot.
Oh, he's keeping us
Thank you very
waiting.
much, guys. And now on that note, it's time for the
I can't
award
friend anybody on
ceremony.
Facebook. I only do
So
YouTube,
producer Toshi is going to be presenting the awards. If you can come to the front of the stage, sir.
Facebook that much. Nothing for my mom and my girlfriend. Okay. Here we go.
And in the top 8, we have Sax.
Toshi.
Raz. Pepperoni. Evo DG. And our semifinalists, Sky.
What do you think we're about to get?
Gentleman Cheeseman. Our runner-up, Kurotoki. And finally, versus our champion, Kid Joe YT.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Kid Joe. You are the Dragon Ball Legends Special Big Tournament World Champion. Tell us what's going on in your mind right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to charge my phone.
Just trying to talk to your phone?
Oh, charge my phone?
Just trying to charge your phone.
Can I get some shout outs?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'd like to shout out Virgil. Check his YouTube out. Mr. Sax. Brotherhood. TMT. Billy. And I can't forget Dugo. Check all the channels out.
Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Congratulations, and again, thank you for all the participants. Honestly, I really felt excited to be able to see all the fans of Dragon Ball Legends represented.
Here we go. Here
And again,
we
another
go.
round of applause
Here
for
we
all the
go.
competitors.
Come on.
And Toshi, I heard there's something you'd like to share with the audience as well.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
So, you know, it is a special occasion. I did prepare a little something for all the Dragon Ball Legends fans. Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go. 7 hours. It's a rotate.
Feel my wrath.
Woohoo! Yes,
Crave a taste of this power, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Get ready.
It's ultra. It's an ultra. It's ultra. What the hell? You see how he attacks with the sight?
Repent for your sins.
You're ready for your sins. Oh my God! Rosé!
My strength is higher than either man or God has yet explored.
What? I can't.
We bring you the Ultra Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black that will be making an appearance in the second half of March. So, I did hear some voices. Yes, we did not bring you the art and ability of this character, but they will be available in the coming reveals and stuff. So I hope you guys look forward to that. But again, this character will be making a glorious exhibit in Dragon Ball Legends. So hope you guys look forward to that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Toshi. Another huge round of applause and congratulations to all of our players. And thank you to everyone who cheered them on.
7 hours is beautiful for that. Is that it?
For the Dragon Ball Fighters World Tour 2022-23 Finals. But first, we have a little quiz where you can win some awesome prizes. So let me invite Rose up to the stage with me.
I'm on my way. Whew.